Stand up, New York Giant fans. What's up, Baddog?
What is going on? First of all, dire Giants fan, thank you for the super sticker. Really, wee! Little Baddog loves that one. Little Baddog is sleeping right now. Yeah, you know, I don't know if you saw. I had to do a video about my road rage.
I saw it.
How to get that off my chest.
Yeah. I saw the title. I got about 2 minutes in. My sister's over, so then I said I'll watch the rest of this later. But yeah, I did see that. I did see you made a road rage video.
I had to be said. A bunch of damn Eagle fans in front of me, Chris. I hate them. Run off the damn road. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Same old. Got a new laptop, but I haven't set it up yet, so I won't be having problems anymore with this. And I'm already seeing I may potentially have a problem tonight. And if I do, I'll switch over to the phone because I already see it's acting up. But if I do, we'll switch over.
Well, who do we got in here? We got Harrison, Jolly, Sox, Arizona, Rincon, Santos, LA Sports. Of course, dire Giants fan. Afghanistan, Germany's rolled. Hakeem Omakesho, what's going on there? Sabrina, my lady, what's going on? Smutty in the house. Henny God, Harrison, Jolly, Max, thank you for the super chat. Really, Baddog and Chris, my guys, love you all. Hope you had a good Friday. Looking forward to the stream. Max, every Friday is good, unless I've been on vacation. Then the Friday's bad. But since I haven't been on vacation this week, Friday, good thing. KP's in here, of course. Pistol Pete just started a channel, right?
I saw that. Yeah.
Started a channel. Big guys in the house. I saw Svi in here. Svi Mizrahi just started a channel. So you guys
as well.
Two guys out. Check out Pistol Pete 79 and Svi. They just made their first video. I think Svi just made his today. But definitely check those guys out, man.
Yeah, both great supporters of ours. And finally, Baddog, we've got a little bit of news. Some news came out about Kevin Zeitler. Obviously, the Giants cut Golden Tate since last we talked. So there's news there. There's been some cuts around the league, some pretty premier guards around the league. Today there were some cuts. So there's a little bit of news as things are starting to heat up, and we're only now about 4 days, I think, away from the deadline in which the Giants will have the option to franchise tag Leonard Williams.
Yes, no doubt. Let me get these real quick. New York for life, really. You say, Chris, did you get the MacBook?
I did. I got the MacBook Pro. I just haven't set it up. I'm still on the old one, so there's a good chance you guys are going to see me on the phone again with the green screen background. But I'll have that set up in about like 2 days. I just got to download OBS. Get everything situated. But, yeah, I got a new computer.
All right. And Pistol Pete, really, thank you for the super sticker. Says thank you. No, thank you, Pete. Thank you for being a great subscriber, man. I really appreciate that. But, there's also talk about Zeitler maybe getting cut as well. Well, the Golden Tate thing, we'll start with that, I guess. I mean, I don't think that took anybody by surprise. I mean, I kind of figured, you figured, I'm pretty sure every Giants fan kind of knew that was what was going to happen. He wasn't happy here. He didn't really produce here. And he's an older player that made, a good amount of money. So letting him go and eating $4 million in cap and saving, $6 million in cap and then not having to pay him next year, obviously that was the right move to make there.
Yeah, we knew that before the year started last year. I remember talking about that, saying going into next year, Golden Tate was going to be cut. It just never ended up on the timeline. You knew you were going to save $6.1 million. In addition to that, they cut David Mayo, I think, which saved about another $2.5. It was about $8.5 million in savings between the two, and I don't think they're done yet. Obviously, Spencer Pulley, I think, is going to be cut. He's about $2.75. They signed his replacement, the guy that played on the Jets last year. I can't remember his name, but he's like half the price. I think they're also going to cut Toilolo, and I think for sure they're going
to be gone.
Who was the other one?
Coleman, right?
Yeah. Cody Core.
Sorry,
Yeah. Those three, I think for sure, and then Zeitler, which we'll talk about as a potential cut, and Nate Solder, which could be a restructure or cut as well. So I think that's where the savings will be coming from, and then you could potentially restructure some contracts like Sterling Shepard, maybe backload it a little bit. Guys like Martinez, maybe give him an extension. Bradbury, there's ways to open up salary on this team. And then, not just for our players, but around the league, you're looking at the ninth deadline to see if a guy like Kenny Golladay gets franchise tag. Because if he doesn't, they just went out there and they signed a wide receiver.
Yeah.
So Tyrell Williams. So if he doesn't, maybe he is a legitimate possibility for the New York Giants. So really, really interesting things coming up in the next 4 days.
No doubt about it. And obviously, if I mean, if Galladay's out there, the Giants have got to make a run at him. There's no doubt. I mean, the Giants have got to go that way because, as you've mentioned, the Giants go out and get a Kenny Galladay, then everybody's available at number 11. It doesn't matter. You've got your biggest need, and then obviously you can go any way you want. You can go offensive lineman, you can go cornerback, you can go linebacker, you can go Kyle Pitts, you can go another wide receiver if you choose to go that way. So that's obviously their biggest need, but is somebody in the receiving game, whether it's a receiver, a wide receiver, or if it's Kyle Pitts. Yeah. I see Eagle fans making all these videos about how they love Kyle Pitts. Oh, we got to get Kyle Pitts. And that just shows you how not intelligent Eagle fans are. I mean, I hope that they do. I hope that they do draft Kyle Pitts. I really do. Because when you're rebuilding and your offensive line stinks and you got no wide receivers and you have no running game, you have nothing over there, and you have a Jalen Hurts that's not an NFL-type quarterback, and you want to take Kyle Pitts, please do. I hope that they do. I hope they go that way.
I saw your best buddy Jordan Renan today tweet out because there's been reports now that some Eagles have backloaded their contracts to try to free up some cap space. Yeah, I forgot who it was, but a couple of Eagles have done it. Yeah. And Jordan Renan basically said, well, all Giants fans will be disappointed again this year when the Eagles somehow find a way to maneuver cap space to pick up players, to which I replied, I hope they go out there and add a couple of players. It is only going to delay the inevitable. Yep. This is a team that's already in cap hell. There's no magic trick, Baddog. We say it all the time. The only magic trick is you're delaying it, and you're just going to make it worse for yourself in the future. So I hope Howie Roseman backloads the contracts it did what Jerry Reese did for us in 2016. Yep. Go ahead. Have at it. Go out there, sign 2 nice free agents for your team. You're just going to make your team – eventually you're going to hit rock bottom, and the sooner you do it, the better. Right. So as a Giants fan, I welcome it. Go ahead, Philadelphia Eagles.
Which is what I thought they were doing when they traded Wentz. I thought that was a smart move. Get rid of that money and then move on and rebuild. And yeah, well, that just shows you that Jordan Renan is a hack. Okay, I mean, come on. I mean, anybody that's sitting there watching this knows damn well, like you said, eventually you got to pay the piper. You can't keep pushing this back and just reloading and backloading contracts. So that's how you end up in the situation. The Eagles were not 10-6 last year. They were not 9-7 and 2 free agents away from being a good team. This was a 4-12 team that has no quarterback because Jalen Hurts is not the guy. They have no offensive line, and they're in cap hell. And if you think by pushing back 2 freaking contracts to get another wide receiver or whatever the hell they're looking at, it ain't going to do anything for them. I hope they do. They're a mess, and they're going to continue to be a mess. So go ahead, because that's how we got in the situation we're in. Finally, we're getting out of it because they were smart with their money. Kettleman took over a bad situation. Made some bad moves at the beginning. He was trying to win and rebuild at the same time. Can't do that. So 2019, they decided, you know what? Let's rebuild. They drafted Daniel Jones, and then you see that they haven't went out there and really said they never signed big free agents anyway. The Giants don't do that. The biggest free agent they're probably going to sign this year, if Galladay's not this, Leonard Williams.
If he's back, then that's still a question mark. I'm going to say this right now. If Leonard Williams is not signed by the 9th, I don't think he's coming back. If they don't tag him and they let him hit the open market, I don't think he's coming back
either because I don't think we're outbidding anybody.
I don't think Gettleman's going to be able to jump in the pool and match that 5-year, $21 million per year offer. And I think somebody's going to give him that. So if they don't tag him by the 9th, or if a deal's not done by the 9th, or if a deal's not done before the start of free agency, I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah. Be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Well, the good thing is we're going to have something to talk about. I won't have to do road rage videos anymore. I can talk about the damn Giants. That's where I am right now. I figured I would share that with the subscribers because I know everybody has to get pissed off at the people on the road. They suck. I just figured people go relate. I just want to get that the hell out of my system. I needed.
You know what? You know what it is, Baddog? You're from New York. You know what I'm saying? We deal with aggressive drivers. You know,
I like aggressive drivers. I don't mind that. I'm talking idiots.
But real quick, let me hear the story. I'm going to watch the video, but let me hear the story.
Oh, I mean, just here you go. People that don't put their directional on, that ticks me off. People that are in the wrong damn lane and think you're supposed to let them in your lane because they got in the wrong lane, that ticks me off. The biggest one for me is the damn idiot that has to pull out in front of your ass when there ain't nobody for a mile behind you, but they got to get in front of you, and then they drive 15 miles an hour on the speed limit. Like I said, if you're going to pull out in front of me like that, you better drive like your hair's on fire because I don't want to see you. And inevitably, it's always one of these big, stupid, oversized pickup trucks that aren't hauling anything. It's just because it's a short, fat, old guy with a small wee-wee that has to overcompensate to get the big truck, and it's too much vehicle, and he can't handle it. And it's BS!
Now I got a question for you, Baddog, because you live upstate. Know, Long Island driving is different than upstate driving.
I would kill somebody.
Oh, the traffic in Long Island is ridiculous.
I know it.
But my question for you is, do you have a lot of the roads upstate? Is it like the 1-lane roads? Because like a lot of times when I leave, like so that would piss the hell out of me if you get behind a guy like an old grandma that's driving like 10 miles an hour. Yeah, that would piss me off. That would piss me off.
Once I get to the bridge where it's 2 lanes, I go right by everybody. You know, bridge is 50 miles an hour. You got people going 35. I'm like, what is wrong with you? That's dangerous. Get off the road. And it is always old people. They don't know what they're doing. It's these people. They're like this. They can't see what it's doing.
Gotta give them a couple of phone books.
Jesus, let me get some of these super chats. Simon, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. He says, what's going on, fellas? Thought about the Villanueva rumor. I heard that. I don't know much about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I heard about it. Simon, from what I saw, though, it didn't come from a very credible source. So I'm not going to think too much about it until such time free agency gets here. I don't think I could be wrong. I don't think the Giants are going to spend a ton of money on a right tackle in free agency. They might sign a swing tackle, and I don't know what Villanueva's price is going to be.
It might keep Solder.
But they could. But yeah, I heard it, but it wasn't from anybody credible. It was just from like some random guy.
Well, we could do that too.
Yeah.
Joe Madden, thank you for the super chat. Really, my good man. He says Eagles going to draft Kyle Trask with the 6th pick. Oh, that'd be great. He sucks. Hope they do. But the Eagles, whatever the Eagles do, Joe, they're going to mess it up. Have faith.
Yeah.
They're going to mess it up. Cody, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, not mentioning the bang hole here, but he says, yo, guys, can I get y'all to give my mom, Deb, a 58th birthday shout out, preferably separate because I'm making a video of all these shout outs. She's a Kansas City fan, by the way. Well, Deb, happy 58th birthday from the old bad diggity dizzle.
Deb, happy 58th birthday from the entertainer Talkin Sports, and best of luck to Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs this year.
And many, many more birthdays on top of that.
Absolutely.
Bobby! Brilly, he says, hi, Baddog and Chris, my friends. Hi, Bobby.
Everybody in the chat say hi to Bobby. I think you missed Roldy's super chat, by the way, unless you got it. I think you skipped it. But everybody in the chat say hi to Bobby.
I got Roldy, didn't I? Oh,
did you?
Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry. I did miss Roldy. Roldy, my bad. Thank you for the super chat, bro. Thanks, Chris. Brilly, he says, Baddog, you can't say that. Giants fans wanted a running back with the 2nd overall pick. We should have been rebuilding an offensive line. Like I said, Roldy, Dave Gettleman said he was trying to rebuild and win at the same time. That's what happened in 2018. And I wanted Saquon Barkley. I'm not going to lie. I don't lie about that. It was wrong. In hindsight, it was the wrong pick, but that's why they drafted him. They tried to win and rebuild. Can't do it that way.
Yeah. We always readily admit that was a mistake.
By the way, I see Uncle Lou in here, and he said, I'm a slob. He says I'm world-class slob. So they're down there, Uncle Lou, BBD, Pistol Pete, Big Skin Pete, ACP card, a lot of Law Tide, my man Law Tide. There's a bunch of them down there in Atlanta. They're going to do the Slob Olympics. You guys got to watch their channels tomorrow. They're going to run the 40-yard dash. They're going to do like cornhole. They're going to do field goal kicking. They're going to have an IQ test. They're going to do rock, paper, scissors. However you do that, I don't even know. One of those things.
Wait. An IQ test?
They're going to do an IQ test.
Who's running the IQ test? I don't understand.
Oh, they're going to do it on a computer, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they're going to run the 40, which that I'm really looking forward to. I got to see Chess Hall run the 40. I have to see this. I can tell you this. There was a lot of heavyweights down there, Chris. If I was down there, they're also supposed to do how many push-ups they can do in 60 seconds.
Oh, all right. Now, who judges?
A lot of pulled hamstrings on deck.
Who's judging the push-ups though? Because sometimes there's certain push-ups. Sometimes I see guys doing like that's not a real push-up.
Oh well, I mean, somebody did a slob training video, and Uncle Lou said that's like a quarter of a push-up. So the guy did like 5 quarters. He goes, that's about 2 1/4 push-ups. So that guy. Oh yeah, I don't know, but it should be a hell of a time. And shout out to Uncle Lou. I love Uncle Lou. He's the man. Che Hot Dogs, Brilly. He says, if I have to follow a guy who cuts me off until they pull their hazards out and pull over, well, that's what I have to do. See, that's the thing. Like I said, Che Hot Dogs, I just yell in my car. Like I will yell in the car. Like I'll scream into the steering wheel, but I don't follow people. I don't tailgate them. I don't get out of my car. I don't do any of that, but I will like just scream. Ugh! If they were saying anything, I'd be like, I'm singing. You don't know what the hell I'm saying back here. You know, they don't know. But God Almighty, some people just like, holy, like, what are you doing? I don't understand. I just don't understand why it's so hard for someone to put their damn directional on. This is really difficult. You're driving. You're gonna go right. So you hit it's really difficult to move your hand and do that. That's really hard to hit your. Or if you turn left, you go down. Oh, that's a tough one. I can't do that. Our Giants fan, Brilly says, if you're not going 5 or 10 over, get out of my way, especially on the left side of the highway. I cut those suckers off going back into the left lane. But see, this is the thing. You're not really cutting them off, Dire Giants fan, because you're going at a much higher speed, so they don't have to stop. That's when somebody cuts you off, when you have to hit your brakes. But if you're going that fast, they don't, because I do the same thing. If I'm passing somebody on the highway, I'm going past them. I will do the same thing. Now, with my kid in the car, that's why you really get ticked off, because then I can't be aggressive like I want to be. Where I'm like, I'm going here. I'm not one of these guys that goes in and out of lanes, though, left and right. I don't do that, but I will get in the faster lane if I can. And if somebody's turning right or left at a green light and I can go around them, I go around them, sit there and wait for them to turn. I go around them slowly. Uh-oh. Is that me or is that him? Meat, thank you for the super chat. That was you that went out. Brilly, man. He says you can't act on your road rage down here in Florida because everyone owns a gun. Yeah, I don't act on my road rage either. Is this me that went out or is this him? Because Lord knows I went out once before. Let me just make sure this thing's working because I don't know what the hell is going on here. Oh, I'm still good. Chris is the one frozen? Okay. Just double checking. Chris, you're frozen. Chris, you're frozen. Meat, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. Let me get Chris. Well, Chris just left. There he is. Hold on a second. Let me get this out of here. Let me put this back in here. There we go.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. I could tell from the computer as soon as it started charging, but that will not be happening anymore. So I'm excited.
I know that was me because that happened to me too. I went out on your stream. My internet just went kaploots for a second. But yeah, I mean, I like I said, I don't get out of my car. I don't do any of that stuff. I just scream into the steering wheel. Or like I said in the video, a lot of times I'm just looking up at the sky like, Dad, stop messing around me. Like how come the guy's got to pull out in front of me? Yeah, I just haven't. I look up there and go, you gotta be kidding me, right? What is this?
See, I'm the opposite of you. I should get more mean on the road. Well, sometimes I'll get mad, but overall, I'm a very relaxed driver. I go with the flow. That's just how you are in general. There's times I get pissed off, but I go with the flow.
This is why we work well together, because I get pissed off and you go with the flow. If we both went with the flow, it'd be boring. If we both got pissed off, it'd be boring.
Right.
It's good. Like I said, I'm always like, like I think I said that in my thank you video. Some of the guys like, yeah, and Chris like, Baddog, it's all right. Take it easy. Dire Giants. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I can't see the chat. I know you had more to catch up with. Go ahead.
Oh, Dire Giants fan, my man Brilly says chest hole might have a heart attack. Sheesh. Oh, I don't think he'll even finish it. My guess is he won't even finish the 40-yard dash. But I have to see it. It's going to be interesting for sure. New York for life, 12. Brilly. He's a truck driver. He knows what I'm talking about. He says, we in the New York City driving community call lifted truck owners pavement princesses. Take that shit to Waterloo, not the city. There you go. I know how you do it. My dad used to drive through New York City with a big rig too. I have no idea how the hell he did it.
Oh my God. He drove through the city?
Yeah. Yeah, he used to tell me I have to go to New York. I'm like, how do you do it? My dad was like you, though. My dad was just a very calm. He never got in an accident. He drove over 1 million miles without an accident, So that's why, like, my mother told me he passed away, and she said he got in an accident. I didn't understand. I was like, what do you mean he got in an accident? My dad never get in an accident. But what had happened to my dad, well, I think I told this. I don't even know. So yeah. I think my father, for those who don't know, was having a heart attack when he was driving. He just turned 61, so God bless him. He's young. I mean, way too soon. And he was in decent shape. I mean, there was nothing to ever say that this was going to happen. But I think that he was having a heart attack. He knew something was wrong, and he drove off the road to get out of the way of everybody else, because even to the day he died, he was just very safe. There was like an open space. I don't know if you guys have ever gone down, I think it's I-88 going towards Buffalo. I'm pretty sure that's the interstate. But, he just pulled off the road in one of those big wooded areas and got out of the way, but the truck ended up going into the woods, and that's why they thought he got in an accident and all this other stuff. The ironic thing was my dad loved to gamble, and he was like right near the exit of Turning Stone. So I was like, I see what you did there, Dad.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. You got to play one.
He did. One lady's playing right now. He's pulling them one-armed bandits. What scored, ain't they, Dad? L.A. Lou, Brilly says, wow, Baddog, watching your video made me realize that driving in L.A. ain't so bad. Never really encountered road rage. Or he said roid rage. I encountered that in the gym. A bunch of idiots taking steroids. That's another video from my other channel. If I ever make another video on that channel, I probably should. Idiot, yes, but rage, nah. If you don't drive in the one lane, like Chris said, if you don't drive like in the one lane things,
well, doesn't LA have like 6 lanes? Like their highway, it's like insane.
Yeah,
it's like I think it's like the biggest highway in the country. But what I wanted to ask you was about Zeitler, because we both have been very outspoken that we want Zeitler back. We want Zeitler back at all costs, pretty much. I mean, obviously, we want them to try to rework the salary to free up some cap space this year. But I think we were both in agreement that Zeitler was very important for this offensive line and the growth of this offensive line. He's been our most consistent lineman now for the last couple of years. And word has come out, and, you know, it's from a guy who works for CBS, so we'll see. But that the New York Giants are looking to trade him. I don't think they're going to get anything for him with the condensed market and what Zeitler makes. But if they're not able to trade him, you would think they're going to cut him, because the whole reason to trade him would be to get rid of that salary. So, well, what's your thoughts on that right now with the Giants?
Well, let me get this real quick. Yuri, they were the super chat. Really, he says some people be on their phone playing 8-ball pool while driving, and that's I hear you, Yuri. I hear you. That's like, sometimes I do that when I'm driving. To one of those. But yeah, with Zeitler, I think we mentioned this Monday when we talked about how they may be bringing Solder back. Now, I think the Giants need one or the other. I don't think you can let them both go for the simple fact, as we talked about before. I feel like Zeitler can still play. I don't think Solder can. Zeitler is going to be 31 years old here in a couple of days. And I still think he was our best lineman, our most consistent lineman. I think that he's too valuable. I wouldn't let him walk. Like you said, maybe you restructure it. Maybe you move it back a little bit for him, because he only has He has one more year. This is last year on the contract. So maybe you can extend it over 2 years or something. But I hate that he would be a cap casualty. I just feel like he's too important to the offensive line. A bunch of young guys. He's a veteran. He still plays at a very good, very decent level. And you don't hear a lot about Zeitler messing up, giving up sacks. He doesn't commit a lot of penalties. I just feel like he's good for those young guys. I don't want Zeitler to leave. I think the offensive line is very important. And if they let him walk, maybe it's because they're looking at a right guard or something, or they're looking at the center to move Gates to right guard. Like, I don't know what their thought process would be. I know that they're trying to save money.
Well, that's the only reason to cut him.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of guards out there in the free agency market, and a lot of my subscribers have said that. Well, just let him walk, and you could sign one of these guys, and they're going to be cheaper. And yes, financially speaking, if you could get a guard close to comparable to Zeitler and bring him in on a $7 or $8 million contract instead of paying Zeitler $14, sure, it makes sense. But I think the thing a lot of those people are overlooking, at least in my opinion, it's the continuity on the offensive line. These guys are used to, even if you bring in a guy that's fairly comparable to Zeitler, these guys are used to playing with Zeitler. Now there's an adjustment period. There really is. You get used to playing next to Zeitler, right? Gates is used to playing next to Zeitler on his right side. So I think there's an adjustment period with that. For that reason alone, in an ideal world, I would love to have him back if they could restructure that salary. I think he's a leader on that offensive line, and I still think he's a good guard. It's unfortunate, because if it wasn't for this pandemic, this wouldn't even be a discussion. Kevin Zeitler's coming back.
Yep.
But because of the condensed salary cap, he's eaten up now 8% of the cap. Where if it was where it should be, beaten up like 4.
Right.
So
yeah.
It's really unfortunate for the Giants, because I think it's going to be a bigger loss if we do lose him than some Giants fans are giving it credit for.
Yeah, I mean, and that, like I said, that's the thing. The continuity in the offensive line, you want what's best for Daniel Jones. And, bringing in a guy that's not used to the offensive line, having to learn a system, have to build that continuity chemistry with his teammates. It takes time for that to happen. It took the Giants 4 weeks this year. Now, of course, they're most likely going to have your preseason games this year. You're going to have your training camps. You're going to have all the stuff you didn't have last year, which will allow them to get acclimated to it much quicker. And again, I understand it just sucks because he may be just casualty of the cap. But I mean, if the Giants do, if the Giants do move him, they're going to have to go after a big time wide receiver. I think that's what they would do. Now there is talk about Brandon Sheriff. This is a guy that there's talk about the Giants may make a run at him if Washington doesn't give, because he's been tagged twice in a row. I don't think they're going to tag him a third time in a row. I don't think they play for that. So if the Washington football team doesn't extend him or give him a contract, this is a guy perhaps he's a couple of years younger than Zeitler. Maybe they bring him in here, and they have to backload his contract a little bit because they don't have the money this year. But this is a guy that, in my opinion, they probably wanted to draft in 2015, and they ended up with Flowers. But I don't think that would be the worst move either. If they could get a replacement like Sheriff, I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. Although, again, they'd have to build a continuity. But, again, this is one of the better guards.
No. You're at that point, you're bringing in an improved guard. I'm not going to be upset at all at that. I think some people are underselling it a bit, though. For people that think that you could just get a okay guard and bring them in, I think it takes time. I think it takes time to grow and have chemistry with the guys on the offensive line. It's why I really wanted him back. And if the Giants' plan is to go with Lemieux and Hernandez, I have serious doubts because, one, you're asking one of them to play out of position. Obviously, they'd be taking Zeitler's spot. They weren't playing there on the line last year. They were kind of alternating on the other side, and they're just not near as good as Zeitler. Lemieux last year got cooked, so I think if you let Zeitler go, you have to replace him in free agency or early in the draft.
Yeah. And like I said, I don't know if that's what they would do or not, but to me, as important as the offensive line is, you've already got him there. You got to keep him and do what you got to do to get a receiver. You're going to have to, and again, you don't want to mess with the offensive line because, again, you want Daniel Jones to be protected. You also are trying to protect Saquon Barkley, who's coming off a torn knee. And I don't know. I just think Zeitler is really important. I think that's an important position for them to keep him. And like I said, maybe they do. Maybe they come back, or maybe they. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they do, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. I just got an alert on Twitter from Alex Wilson, and I just see it pop up every now and again when I'm on my phone. He just wrote, I just saw that the New York Giants only spent one draft pick, I think, in each of the 2018 and 2019 draft on offensive linemen. Well, yeah, but they also spent $20 million a year on Nate Solder.
Right.
I mean, like, come on. I mean, and then they spent 3 draft picks on the offensive line last year.
Yep. I see my Laker people. There's real quick. 420 crew, 420 someplace. Just smoke them. You got them. 420. They go March 12th. We'll be back to the 420. By the way, Chris was 420 off camera. He gets on camera. Chris gets on camera. The first thing is, I'm like, yeah, okay. You trade Barkley for old lineman. Listen, comrade, the Giants can get something for Barkley. I don't care, and that would tick more people off because people still can't let Odell Beckham go. Can you imagine if the Giants traded Barkley? They'd really hate him. They would hate him.
They're not trading, but they might trade him in the future. They're not trading him this year.
No, I know, but I'm just saying they'd really.
Yeah.
I don't think get him a draft. Get him and then draft Odell Beckham.
Get him and draft Odell Beckham. And I say it all the time. You'd be trading him for pennies on the dollar. It's not the time to trade Saquon. But if you plan on trading him, much like when they didn't trade Odell going into 2017 or whatever it was when he was coming off the injury, or 2018 rather, they let him play the year, try to get his value back up. So if the plan is to trade Barkley, which I don't think it is, I think they want him to be here long term if he can prove he's good and stays healthy. But if that is the plan, they're not doing it now. They're going to hope he comes back and balls out, and then you trade him when his value's higher. There's no way in hell they're trading before the year starts. Plus, we talk about how Daniel Jones needs weapons. You're going to take away his best weapon that we have on the team right now? He's far and away the best weapon on this team. So
he hasn't been there either. So.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't see it.
What was I going to say? I see Obi Toppin's in the chat. Obi's in the dunk contest, but he's hanging out here.
What's up, Obi?
It's tomorrow night, right? The dunk contest.
No, it's the same night as the All-Star this year. They put it all together.
Ooh.
Yeah, the dunk contest is at halftime.
Okay.
And I think like the 3-pointed skills is like pregame. It's all together. It's all in the same night.
It ain't like it used to be.
Oh no.
It ain't like it used to be.
The All-Star game sucks.
I was watching. They were showing like old school like Dominique versus Jordan. I'm like, that's when it was the dunk contest, man. That was
In my opinion,
just nice dunk.
the last great dunk contest was the Vince Carter one.
Yeah, Vince Carter. That was it.
Like now they have. I remember when Nate Robinson won, he missed like 15 times. And
yeah, it was so
trying.
Stupid.
I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Yeah.
The only thing the Knicks won in God knows how many years anyway.
Yeah.
They just felt right. Where are we at? Yeah, Obi indeed. No, I did. Well, like I said, like Lou, this is the conundrum that the Giants will be in with Barkley. Depends on what he does this year, number one. But number two, do you really want to pay Barkley $19 million a year? That's the thing. Yeah. As valuable as he is he worth $19 million a year? If the Giants go 6-10 again, it might not be worth paying him.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
So
I love Barkley. I'm wearing his jersey. I want to keep Barkley. I hope he balls out and they have a great year and we extend him. But if we have another bad year, you can't extend him. Either you trade him or you let him play out on the 5th-year option, which I think they will do before the start of the year. I think they're going to extend him on the 5th-year option, which we've talked about. That doesn't prohibit you from trading him still. Matter of fact, it ups his trade value because it gives him another year on a more cost-effective contract for the team that's acquiring him. So you either let him play out on that 5th-year deal or you trade him or you give him the extension. Those are going to be the options. But if you go 6-10, how could you justify giving him that extension? You just can't.
Right. Someone said Saquon's not asking $19 million a year. How do you know what he's asking? You don't know. Zeke Elliott got $19 million a year. Why wouldn't Saquon want the same money?
He didn't get 19, but he got like 50.
$35 million for 5 years, didn't he?
Did he?
It was something like that. It's a lot. Now Dallas is looking to get rid of him.
Whatever it is, Saquon's going to
a lot of money.
If Saquon has a good year, he's going to want to be the highest paid running back. I laugh when people say, people said the same thing about Leonard Williams. And I know Saquon Barkley's a team leader. And I'm not telling you that Barkley wouldn't try to finagle to try to help out the cap here and there like players do. But if you're Saquon Barkley, you get your money. You're a running back. You got a short lifespan.
Right.
You're not, it's not like a quarterback. Quarterbacks can play up until 38, 40, 41 years old. Running backs die out by the age of 30. You've got one opportunity to cash in. There is no way in hell Saquon Barkley, if he has an opportunity, nor should he, by the way. I don't expect him to do this, nor do I, know, it's a business. There is no way in hell he's taking a discount. He's going to get every penny that he can.
Yeah,
not to mention, it hurts the other players in the NFL. Because you think about it, all the running backs in the NFL, if Barkley settles for less than what he's worth, that sets the market for all the other running backs.
Right.
It's not going to happen. I remember there was a big deal when Le'Veon Bell ended up not getting what people thought he was worth. A lot of running backs were upset about it because they thought that Le'Veon Bell was going to get a lot more money than what he did from the Jets. If Barkley has an opportunity to cash in, I guarantee it, he is going to be the highest paid running back in football.
He should be. And that's what's going to happen. But whatever it is, they get a lot. Well, Zeke, a lot of people are saying $18 million a year. So if he got 5 years, $90 million, it's still a lot of money. Well, I don't want to give Barkley $18 million a year either. If we're a bad team, if you're still a bad team, you can't pay a running back $90 million. You can't do it. You don't build around a running back. We're finding that out now. As good as Barkley is, if this team ain't winning with him, just like they weren't winning with $19 million a year Odell Beckham, you got to move on from him. That for some reason this ticks people off. People are so ensconced in players. And I think some people just forget about the team first. And to me, we didn't win with Odell Beckham. Yeah, Odell Beckham was awesome. It was fun to watch him play. He was exciting. I wanted Eli to throw the ball to him every damn time he dropped back. I wanted to see what he could do. I want to hand the ball off to Saquon Barkley every damn time he's in the game. I want to see what he can do. He's fun to watch. But if you're not winning, you can't pay these guys because you have to put it elsewhere. There's a reason you're not winning. It's because you're lacking at so many other positions, not because you're lacking at one.
The name of the game is winning football games, and if we don't start winning, I can't justify paying a running back $18 million a year. So that's what it comes down to. And I think the question the Giants are going to have – here's what I'll say. If Jones is not in the future plan for the Giants, I think it actually increases the chances of Barkley getting the extension because it's going to be hard to pay both of them. And if Jones – say in 2 years they say Jones isn't going to be the guy, well, that means we could use the money that we were going to give to Jones, give it to Barkley, and he could help out the quarterback that's going to be on the rookie salary.
Yes.
But I think it's going to be hard to pay both of them. I'm not saying it can't happen. But, you look at teams that have tried to do that in the past. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, they both got paid top shelf money after they made the Super Bowl. That team fell apart. The Cowboys still haven't done it with Dak and Zeke, but they've started to fall apart since then. It is very hard to pay a quarterback top-tier money and then either a wide receiver or a running back at the same time. It really limits your options in terms of trying to fill out the rest of your roster.
Chris Z, thank you for the super chat. Really, can the Florida Panthers win the Stanley Cup? I'll be honest, I don't know much about the Florida Panthers. I can tell you that the Toronto Maple Leafs look pretty damn good. The Bruins look pretty damn good. Islanders are playing well. I don't really watch the West, but those are really the only teams I paid attention to. I paid attention to the teams the Rangers play and the Canadian division there, the Northern Division, whatever the hell division they're in. That's pretty much what I pay attention to. I don't really watch the NHL in general. I just watch the Rangers and whatever the hell is on NHL Network, which tonight it was Boston and Washington. Got in a good fight, a couple of really good fights. Boston's a bunch of punks. I mean, they're fighting every day. Every time they play the Rangers, they're throwing fists.
That's always been their reputation, right? The Broad Street Bullies. That's always been their reputation.
Well, and the Flyers are pretty good too. So
that was the Flyers.
The Oilers, the Oilers are good too, man. They got some good players on that team, no doubt about that. Dire Giants fan, Brilly, they were the Super Chase. So let Barkley ball out and get max value. Team first, absolutely. That's what I'm saying though. And Chris, you mentioned anyway. You said the Giants don't get to like the NFC Championship game, then it's probably not worth paying Barkley all that money.
Yeah, I don't want to put if they're for me to justify giving Barkley the money, I have to feel like they're a legitimate. They have to exceed expectations. Let's put it that way. Like going into the year, we think they're an 8 or 9 win team on paper. If they win 11 games, 12 games, and he has a lot to do with that, and he elevates the team, then you give him the money. That's the way I look at it. Like if he elevates the team the way a quarterback does, that to me is when it justifies paying a running back that kind of money, and it can be done. Running backs have done that before. LaDainian Tomlinson. If the Giants feel that Barkley is what makes that offense go more so than Daniel Jones, I think that's when it justifies paying the running back. And up to this point in Daniel Jones' career, he's been a much different quarterback with Barkley in the lineup. He's been very bad when Barkley's not in the lineup. He's been pretty good when Barkley is. So I think a lot of questions will be answered this year when we see Barkley on the football field. And I don't even want to think about it right now. I know a lot of fans do. They want to dwell on the future. And I want to enjoy this year coming up. And I'm hoping that Barkley goes out there, balls out, and he gets the extension. Because if he gets the extension, to me, that means the Giants had a great year. And it means that Barkley had a great year and he stayed healthy. So that's what I'm rooting for. I'm hoping Barkley stays here. I'm hoping he plays great. And I hope he's a part of the future of this New York Giants team. But I'll worry about the contract extension when it comes. Right now, I'm just worried about him being healthy and being on the football field because when he's healthy, New York Giants are a different offense.
Right. Joe Anthony, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, he says tested positive for the virus today. I feel like how Baddog looked at the end of the 24-hour stream. Haha, I love you guys. Keep up the good work. Joe, sorry to hear. Hopefully you feel better, man. And yeah, at the end of that 24-hour stream, they're always rough. Well, the one thing I'd say is a big shout out to Hot Take Hockey and Josh on the Sports Reader coming on there the last 2 hours. I was dying without them. I got hyped up once they got into the stream and I was able to talk to those guys. So that helped. But there's no way I ever quit. It's the 4th time I've done one of those. And, there's no way I'm quitting on charity. That's not going to happen. You'll never see me give up on a 24-hour stream. That's why I do them once every 6 months. So they're difficult. So.
I'm going to try the laptop again. I think it's good. If not, I'll switch back to the phone. So
all right.
You're going to get double Tainah for a second, so hold on.
L.A. Lou, Brilly, thank you for the super chat. Says, Tainah solved this question for me. Does the signing bonus count against a cap, or is it just contract money? What do you consider acceptable?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
He says, does the signing bonus count against the cap, or is it just the contract money? What do you consider acceptable? I don't want to give you the wrong answer, but I do know when you get guaranteed money, signing bonus money, things like that. I know for a fact a lot of it does not go against the cap. It's why teams do that up front when they pay their players. I don't know all the specificities, though. I don't want to give you the wrong answer, but I do know when you give a player a sign. I think it's all of it doesn't go against the cap, but I don't want to say that for certain. But I know for sure some of it for sure does not go against the cap. But I don't want to give you the wrong answer. But I'm going to pop it now on the computer. Hold on 1 second. All right.
And let's get off the phone.
All right, let's get this out of here. Let's add this here.
And 1 second. There you go. We had an echo for a second. Let me go back to the YouTube chat. All right. So we should be good now. Hopefully my computer doesn't fritz out again, and this will be the last time this happens.
Right. Speaking of Hot Take Hockey, the legend himself is in the chat. Big shout out to Hot Take Hockey, my man, right there. There he is. Ask him. The Maple Leafs are going to win the cup this year. Maple Leafs are going to win the cup. Dire Giants fan, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, I have no idea what happened to your message. I saw.
Just type it, Dyer, and I'll look out for it. Don't donate.
It said something about got Daniel Jones. Something about seeing what Daniel Jones is the man. I didn't see what it said. It was something about Daniel Jones, but I don't know what happened to the message.
Giraldi, I did get the laptop, but I haven't set it up yet. So yes, I do have the laptop, and I'll start making videos on it probably in about 2 days once I get everything situated on it.
Hot Take Hockey says Giants in the playoffs this year. Let's see it. Yeah, let's see it. Damn right, Johnny. I'm ready, man. I'm ready for it for sure. Gerald S is what laptop gen I'm getting.
Oh yeah. I got the MacBook, the same one I had, MacBook Pro.
There you go.
They're expensive. They're like $1,500-$1,600, but they're good.
Yeah. I can't afford none of those. I would get another laptop or another desktop anyway. I like this thing. It's not really a laptop. I can't fit it on my lap, but I can move this wherever the hell I want to. It's wireless. So.
Oh yeah, the laptop's wireless.
Yeah, no, it's not a laptop. This is just a Mac, but
that's what I mean. The Mac's wireless. Yeah.
Yeah, I can move it wherever the hell I want to. So it's always good. Everybody's asking what laptop you got. You got a MacBook Pro.
MacBook Pro.
Versus thank God that bum Tate's going. Again, I don't think that was any.
They had to get rid of him. They didn't have a choice but to get rid of Golden Tate.
Yeah. Sox Arizona says Celtics Lakers finals. I'm ready. I wanted that last year. Sox Arizona. I'm ready for that. You better get past the Knicks though over there. The Knicks can beat Boston.
We're the 5 seed right now.
I'm telling you, they can beat
But
Boston.
The Knicks' second half schedule is brutal.
Everybody's second half schedule is brutal.
It's brutal. The first 4 games all on the road.
I hope the Knicks beat the Nets.
Boston, Nets, Sixers, and Thunder. First 4 games all on the road.
I can't wait to watch the Knicks destroy the Nets. I can't wait for that.
I love that.
That's going to happen.
I hope so.
All these Johnny-come-lately Brooklyn fans can see the real team in New York, and that's what they're going to see. No doubt about that.
Roldy says, Chris, you really want Barkley, a running back who has shown he can't stay healthy, and a possible position that breaks down in 5 years. You want him to be a part of the future. I want him to stay healthy, and I want him to prove to be worthy of part of the future. Yeah, that's what I'm rooting for, as a fan. And like I said, if it doesn't happen, I'm going to understand. If he can't stay healthy, he gets hurt again, you can't justify giving him an extension. I'm going to say 2 years ago, that's a fluke injury. Any running back could get that. It was a high ankle sprain. So to me, I don't really look at that as being injury prone. Last year, yeah, that was bad. ACL. And we'll see how he recovers from it. But, I'm not going to say one way or the other yet. I want to see how he plays next year. He's never had an offensive line before. I want to see if he can prove to be healthy behind a good offensive line, hopefully behind a more mature quarterback. And I want to see how he operates in the offense. I don't want to go into the year saying to myself, there's no way Saquon Barkley's going to be here long term. No, I do not want to go into the year thinking that way.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same way. I want Saquon Barkley to play all 16 games. I want him to rush for over 2,000 yards. I want the Giants to go 12-4 and make a run to the Super Bowl. That's what I want. I want Saquon Barkley to have a massive season. But, like I said, these are make-or-break seasons for a lot of people in the New York Giants organization. I don't think there's any question about that. And if they're not better this year, you will see a complete overhaul of this team again in 2022. So let's, in 2022. So let's hope that they're better this year. Let's hope that they improve. They were 5-3 in the second half of the season, and they lost a couple of games that they probably should have won. They lost that game to Philly, should have won it. They lost the game to Dallas, should have won it. They should have won. They should have swept the division.
Could have beat the Bucks. Could have beat the Rams. Could have beat the Bears. They could have won a lot of games.
They could have, especially in the Bucks. They really could have been 9-7. They should have been 9-7. They could have been 10-6, but they should have been 9-7.
Yeah,
should have been. But they weren't. So hopefully, and obviously with a guy like Saquon Barkley, that could have made all the difference in the world when there was close games. So we'll see. Wayne Gallman did a nice job. There's talking about maybe the Giants bringing him back. It's going to be interesting, but we're getting very close, guys. Like next week, we'll definitely have talk about the guys that are tagged and the guys that are definitely free agents.
By next week, you're going to have a lot of information, and we'll have a much better idea of where this is headed.
Exactly. Pistol Pete, Brilly, they were a super chat, brother. Says facts. Let's go, Knicks. Oh, I hope they.
Let's go, baby.
I hope they kill Brooklyn. T-Boy, Brilly. He says, did y'all see NFL's strength of schedule vid? Did not.
All right, here's what I'm going to say about those. I didn't see the vid, but I saw where they ranked, where the Giants currently are ranked. They have the fourth easiest schedule in football. That's nonsense, though. I'm going to tell you why, T-Boy. Same thing came out last year. That is based off of last year's record. Last year's record means absolutely nothing. The NFC East last year was the worst division in football. So just by default, all the teams in that division are going to have the easiest schedule because every team in that division had a poor record.
That's 40% of your schedule, pretty much.
That's 40% of your schedule. So I don't go by that. I don't go by the strength of schedule. You wait till the offseason. You wait till the draft. You wait till free agency. You see how these teams develop, and then you analyze the schedule. You can't go by last year's record, especially in the NFL with the turnover that they have. It means nothing. So I don't go by that.
Right. I agree. I mean, I don't think it's like you said. It depends on last year. These teams are going to be way different than last year.
Yeah.
We have to beat the teams in our own division. I said. Well, I don't think we ended up tied with the Washington. We had the same division record, right? I said the team going into last year, the best record within the division would win the division. But Washington
we were 4-2 in the division.
We ended up with the same record, us and Washington.
Yeah.
But we just won the tiebreaker that had nothing to do with the division. It had to do with whatever it had to do with. I don't remember. It must have been the NFC.
Well, they had a better record. They were 7-9.
7-9. What the hell am I talking about?
They had a better record. In division, though, I think we had the same. I think we have the same, yeah.
Because we swept them, and we were 1-1 against the other two teams, and they swept the Eagles and the Cowboys, and they lost. Okay. Yeah, that's right. They were 7-9. New York Giants, LA Dodgers, T-Wolves, super fan. Brilly. He says, we need a number one receiver and a healthy team. We're 10-6. I can agree with that. You can definitely agree with that.
Yeah, and the defense not to fall back. And then I would agree with it. You know, I don't want to take that for granted. I think everybody just assumes, and I fell into this trap in 2017, I think everybody just assumes the defense is going to duplicate what they did last year. There's no guarantees in this league. We don't even know if Leonard Williams is going to be back right now, or Dalvin Tomlinson. So, you know, we'll see. But, yeah, if the defense can here's what I'll say. If the defense can even match what they did last year, top 10 defense, and we have a league average offense, we will be a 10-win team.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
Which is why I want to go offense heavy in this draft. I want that playmaker. That's why I want Kyle Pitts. Let's talk about Kyle Pitts going top 5. That's how good this freaking kid looks.
I think he's going before we pick. I don't think we're going to pick.
He is too. Yeah. But okay, I'll take it. Devontae Smith. I ain't got to worry about that. I'll take it. I'll take one of those guys. Dire Giants fan, you're the man, brother. Brilly. Earlier this year, I was a DJ apologist, but to me, DJ is not the guy. Hopefully this season he can prove us haters wrong. Invest in offense in the draft and defense and free agency. See, one thing I'll say, Dire Giants fan, I don't think that you're a hater just because you're critical of him. I always
opinionated.
I always love when people say to me, "Oh, you're just a DJ hater." But what are you talking about? I was the biggest DJ supporter there was, and that's why I was so critical of him because I had such high hopes for him. But I agree with you, Dire Giants fan. I do think I'm saying hopefully he can prove us wrong. Give him every opportunity to succeed. This is why I want to go offense heavy. And then there's no excuses. These people can't say, well, it's a new system. He didn't have preseason. He doesn't have any weapons. I don't want any of that. I want at the end of 2021, Daniel Jones is the guy. Daniel Jones ain't the guy. I don't want, well, he didn't have this. Well, this happened. Well, I don't want that. I want, he had all those pieces. That's why he was bad. He didn't have him. He was great. Or he has all these pieces and he's still the same quarterback. He hasn't improved. He's not the guy. I don't want.
No, I agree.
I don't want to be 50-50 going into the year. I still
by year's end. Yeah, but by year's end, we need an answer. Well, I don't think we're going to have an answer in terms of whether or not he's the guy unless he really balls out next year. But I think we need to be closer to he's the guy by the end of next year for us to carry forward with him. If it's still like, well, this guy dropped up. No. He's got to find ways to beat good teams. Period. End of story. That's what good quarterbacks do. This is now year 3. Still hasn't beaten a team over 500. And I always say it. And I'm a guy who thinks Jones is going to be good this year. But I always say it. you can make all the excuses in the world, and I understand the guy's not been set up for success. The guy he had as bad of a situation as you could ask for. He just did. Barkley's barely played since he's been the quarterback. The offensive line's been horrible, and he hasn't had great wide receivers, and he's got a tight end that drops everything. So there's definitely excuses for him. But if by year 3 this guy still can't beat good teams, you're now going into year 4 of the rookie contract, and if you're not even close to an answer yet, you got to move on. Yeah. So we need to at least be closer to that answer that he could be a franchise quarterback by year's end this year.
I agree. Hot Knicks. Brilly, my man. Thank you for the super chat. Says it's my baby girl's 3rd birthday today. Brilly. Well, happy 3rd birthday to daughter Hot Knicks. It's a fun age, isn't it, Hot Knicks? My kid's going to be 4 next month.
Wow.
3's rough, bro. I don't know if it's the same with a girl. Usually girls are well-behaved. They're much better behaved when they're young, and then they become teenagers. It's much more of a problem. The boys are kind of the opposite. But 3's rough. I don't know how she is. Not every kid's the same. I just know that my babysitter, the Baddog's babysitter, told me, she said it's not terrible 2s anymore. She said it's 3. 3 and 4 are like awful. And 3's been rough with him. He's a whiner, my kid, man. My kid is just, if he don't get his way,
road rage.
Yeah, well, he's mine. What do you expect? He gets ticked. Like, he gets mad. Yeah. But he wants his own way all the time. He can't have his own way all the time. It's something he's got to learn. But if you don't get his way, he does the stampy feet. He does the crying, the whining. He won't tell you what's going on. He just wants to whine. It's like me watching the Giants game all the time, but I do that 16 times a year. And when I'm in the car, of course, I'm not whining. I'm screaming at the people. Arthur, Brilly. They were the Super Chase's best duo back in the building. Brilly, Baddog. Arthur, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that.
What's up, Arthur, my man? Thanks for popping in, buddy.
See what the Lakers do here with the buyout of, we saw Blake Griffin get bought out. We'll see what they do when Drummond gets bought out. No one's trading for Drummond. We'll see.
Has Blake Griffin even played this year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I didn't.
The Lakers, he killed them earlier.
Yeah, because I haven't heard his name that much this year.
He hasn't played in a while. I think that's because Detroit's trying to move him, right? But they didn't move him. And then no one was buying his contract. Was like $37 million a year. No one was taking him for that.
Yeah.
Diehard Giants fan 120. Brilly. He says, I wish we didn't pay Logan Ryan all that money. Well, they didn't pay him that much, did they?
I think it was a 3-year contract, about $10 million a year, and it's only $7 million this year, and then it's kind of backloaded a little bit. I guess it's on average 11.5 after that, but the way the contract's structured, it's really only a 2-year deal, $19 million, because the last year it's literally no dead cap. It might be $1 million or $2 million, and by that time it's going to be accelerated, the salary cap. So on paper you hear 3 years, $30 million, but for this year they're only paying him $7 million. And it's really only an $18.5 or $19 million commitment for 2 years, and then they could get out. The contract's really not that bad. It's really not. It's not that bad.
No, I don't think so either. And he's a big part of what we did. He's very versatile. He's a veteran. He played really well for us. So I don't think that was a bad move. Honestly, I don't.
I think a lot of people see the Giants roster and they say, well, you just drafted McKinney, you got Peppers. Why did you sign him? Well, I'm going to tell you a couple things. One, we don't know if Peppers is going to be back after this year. He's a free agent, and I hope he's back. I love Peppers, but you don't know. Landon Collins we let walk because we didn't feel like he was worthy of being paid the top safety in the league. And that's what happens when and he sucked. And that's what happens when you hit free agency. If you're a good player, you hit the top. You hit the top at your position. So, one, we don't know if he's going to be back. 2, we don't know what McKinney's going to be yet. He wasn't a good player until the last game against the Cowboys. We all hope he's going to be great. And 3, they're going to use tons of 3 safety sets. You're going to see Peppers in the box. You're going to see them utilize Logan Ryan in a variety of ways. They're going to get creative with that defense. I have no issues.
Anyway,
I have no issues with the signing whatsoever. And I think he's a really good leader. So I'm glad he's back. It was only a 2-year commitment.
Max says if Drummond gets bought out, we lose money. I don't see us buying him out. Then you have to pay him anyway. You got to pay him $28 million. So either way, you're paying him. Either way, you're stuck with him. I don't know how long his contract is, but I'm pretty sure it goes beyond this year. I don't think he's a free agent.
Who was it?
Andre Drummond.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. But from what I heard, they're cutting him. That's what it – at least
they're buying out. They're not going to hold on to that contract. It doesn't make any sense. So you're You're going to lose money one way or the other. You're going to lose money by keeping him there. You're going to lose money by buying him out, but you don't have to pay his entire contract if you buy him out. He's gone.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's where it's probably headed.
But we'll see what happens.
Matt G in the house. He says, I legit love Peppers. Yeah, you should. He was great for us last year.
He was great. Emmanuel Quickly, Rookie of the Year. You should have been in the Futures game. I can tell you that, Vance.
Yeah, or the
Rising Stars game. Sorry, the Rising Stars game is what they call it now.
Or the 3-point contest.
The Rising. How the hell? They don't have a free throw contest.
Oh, he'd win that.
I know.
But no, he's definitely been a bright spot for the. He struggled last game and he went scoreless, but he's been a bright spot for the Knicks. I definitely think he's gonna be a good player.
And a lot of bright spots.
I worry a little bit about the one thing about Emmanuel Quickly that I worry about is Knicks fans are propping him up, and I'm like, I love Quickly, but let's calm down because I saw the same thing happen to Daniel Jones. They built this guy up, I thought, more than they should have been, and then they tore him down in his second year. And with Quickly, he's a good player, but I feel like some Knicks fans are acting like he's going to be this next great point guard. Calm down. Let's let him grow. Let's keep those expectations where they should be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's had rough stretches too. It's not like this guy comes out and scores 28 a night. He had one stretch of 4 games where he had like 1-3. I mean, he's up and down. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
You know, that's the whole thing. So, but I like him.
I like him too.
The Knicks actually got a steal for once. They actually did a good job in finding him. Greg C. Brilly. Thank you for the super chat, brother. He says, "Ingram for a 3rd round and a bag of chips." I would even give up the 3rd round and just take the bag of chips to get Evan Ingram off the team, man. I could talk Evan Ingram the hell off the team. There you go. 3rd round for Evan Ingram, I'd do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, if you get a 3rd round for Ingram, especially if you plan on drafting a tight end, whether it be Pat Freiermuth in the 2nd or obviously Pitts in the 1st, I think you go ahead and do it. Plus, it saves you money on this year's cap. I think it's about $7 million. So if you get a 3rd for Ingram, I don't think Giants fans are going to be crying about that going into the year. So I don't know if you'd get a 3rd, especially because of the teams don't have a lot of money to spend right now.
Right.
So, but if you could, yeah, I think you do it.
Yeah, I mean, if we were Eagle fans, we'd be talking about how we should get a 1st for him, kind of like they talk about how they should get a 1st for Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
I told you, them fans over there are like the people that I was talking about on the road today. It's just there's nothing that goes on between their ears a lot. I don't understand. Like, I love Philly 500, but, man, this guy's out of his mind. Making a video about how the Eagles can win the NFC East. What the hell are you talking about?
I saw the title, and I love Philly too much. I like Philly too much that I couldn't even click on it.
I'm like, come on. I didn't even click on it either. I'm like, bro, I can't even because you're out of your mind. There's just nothing. He's saying they're overlooking the –
Wait. Doesn't Philly 500 have like some of his paid members? He has like a conspiracy theory video like once a month. Maybe that was meant to be set there and not public because he couldn't have been serious with that.
He sent me a video. He sent me a video of him outside his house showing me the sun and the moon at the same time. He's like, "How can I be looking at the sun and I got the moon over here? How can I be doing it?" So all master, man, Doug. What's going on? Maybe I had to start doing for the members. I had to start doing one stream where I just go on a freaking epic rant of something. Direct Giants fan, Brilly, my man. Thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Really appreciate this. Would you guys be opposed to signing a 3-year deal for Peppers if it meant others going? I think it would depend on how Peppers played this year, but I don't know who else would go. I mean, that's the thing. They still have McKinney and they just signed Logan Ryan. But it would depend on what Peppers got paid. If Peppers isn't getting paid top safety money and he has a really good year, well, that's the thing. If he has a really good year, then you're going to have to pay him top safety money. I guess it would depend on where we are cap-wise next year.
Yeah, that's what I'm pulling up now because I want to see the updated cap now that we cut Golden Tate for 2021. And I'm going to give you my answer to that real quick because we have a lot of cap space. But you also got to factor in a couple things that I'm going to go over real quick. But let me check the cap space right now for 2022, and you got to figure Solder will be off the books. So Solder's $18 million against the cap in 2022. So let's also subtract that from what we have available in cap space right now. And Zeitler could be gone. Well, no, Zeitler's not under contract next year. This is last year, unless we extend.
That's what I'm saying going into 2022.
Yeah. As of now, if you take Solder's contract off, because as of now, he's still in the contract for 2022. I think we're probably going to cut him. We have $90 million. So take 18 more on top of that. We have $108 million of cap space next year. Now, before everybody starts partying, let's factor some things in. You're going to have guys under rookie contracts this year. That's going to be about another 10 against it, maybe 8 to 10, because they get raises in their second year. That'll knock you down to about 98. Then Peppers. Let's say we're going to sign Peppers, extend Peppers. Say he's going to cost you 15. That's now going to knock you down to 83. Then any free agent we sign this year, so say we sign Leonard Williams, or say we sign Allen Robinson, so say another 20 to 25 in free agent signings this year will probably go against next year's cap.
Yeah.
So now you're in the $55 million ballpark.
Then you got your draft picks.
Then you got your draft picks, and then you got potential extensions. So, guys like Barkley, guys like Jones, guys like that they could potentially look to extend. Dexter Lawrence. So they'll have some money, but that $108 million, they have more than enough to give Peppers money, but it's not like they're going to go on a spending spree, nor should they. The best teams don't do that.
All right. Well, the Eagles are the best team, and they do that. Look at how good they are.
Yeah.
It's just great. Restructured deal. Oh, Howie's a whiz, man. Howie knows what he's doing. Because they're 4-12. What the hell is the matter with Eagle fans, man? They don't understand the cap. They don't understand. They must just all be mad at people. Well, listen, I could just sign a trade wherever I want to the Eagles. Oh, this is real life. Eagle fans, you gotta love them, man. You gotta love them. Benjamin Wynn's in the house. Didn't even see him. So I'm surprised he's not at a strip club right now. Do not extend Barkley for any decent money. They shouldn't have drafted him in the first place, says Jay Flynn.
We'll find out. We'll find out at year's end what they do.
We definitely will. I think we're forgetting about Evan Ingham. Oh, I don't know what that is. Secret Service Agent James Carter. Brilly, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really appreciate it, brother. Chase Falls was at 11, and at 42, Wyatt Davis, Freiermuth, and Jalen Phillips on the board. Who do y'all take? Freiermuth. I want a tight end, man. That's
so we get Jamar Chase in the first? Okay, well, my question to you, James, in this hypothetical scenario, did we address the guard in free agency? And I'm assuming if we're drafting a guard, I'm assuming that means Zeitler left, because that's what Wyatt Davis is. He's the best guard in this year's draft class. Or many think he is. And if we didn't address the guard in free agency and we let Zeitler walk, I'm taking Wyatt Davis at 42.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that. Secret Service agent. Every time James Carter comes in, it's all I think about is Rush Hour. Yeah. Service Agent James Carter.
That movie's great.
That is great. Well, that's Rush Hour too.
Yeah.
Talking about Isabella. You see how she was looking at her brother? She even look at you. Don't be mad at me, Lee, because I'm tall, dark, and handsome, and you're third word ugly. It makes me laugh every time. Women like me. I'm cute like Snoopy. Lee, Snoopy is 6 inches taller than you. It's a great movie. That's the first two I didn't really watch. That's the first DVD that I ever bought. Was Rush Hour 2.
Really?
Yeah, first DVD I ever bought. I didn't get a DVD player till when did that come out? 1998. So we're there. So
wow, they made like 4.
It was after that because I was with my wife. Maybe 2001. I didn't have a DVD player till 2001.
They made like 4 of those, didn't they?
I know they made 3. I don't know if they made a 4th one. The first 2 were great. I think the second one was actually the best of all of them.
Yeah.
But the first one was good too. But,
great series, Rush Hour.
Yeah, it was good. It's funny as hell, man.
And Roldy says don't take cornerback. I agree with you, Roldy. I do. I'm just guessing, Roldy. I could be completely wrong. I think we're going to sign a cornerback in free agency. I don't think we're going to spend a ton of money, but I think we're going to get a stopgap corner in free agency, like a $5-6 million corner. I think that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, I think they would do the same thing. I believe they'd do this because I don't think Surtain will be there, and I don't think you want to take a corner at 13 if he's off the board. I don't think he's going to be there. I think he could go to Dallas. I think it's a perfect fit for Dallas. They need a secondary really bad, and I think he'd be a good fit there for sure. Chris, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, man. He says, can Miami win a Super Bowl with Watson? Yup. Yep. I think they could. Not this year, but I do think that in a couple of years they could.
They might be able to this year. I mean, depends on what they give up. I mean, that's a team that won 10 games last year with Tua and Ryan Fitzpatrick.
They have a lot of draft capital, Miami.
They would give it up.
Using their pick back.
Yeah, they would give it up. I mean, they got the 3 and 18 this year. They probably have to give up both.
Yeah.
and a lot more to get Deshaun Watson.
They're
But,
talking about 3 first-round draft picks. So you give up both your picks this year, and you give up the one next year. There you go.
yeah, that's probably where it starts. That's probably where it starts.
Miami would be the best situation for them, especially since that 3 pick was house money. That's Houston's pick,
and then you draft your next quarterback. You draft Justin Fields or whoever at number 3 to replace Watson.
Yep. So that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Miami's been rumored to be trying to clear a lot of cap space, which makes you think, are they trying to make a push? The Van Noy news, a lot of people didn't expect that. Are they trying to clear cap space to try to make a trade to bring in Deshaun Watson?
The other rumor right here is Russell Wilson going to Dallas.
I don't think that'll happen.
I don't think it's happening either because they're saying, Ezekiel Elliott. Why the hell would Seattle trade for Ezekiel Elliott? What the hell is Ezekiel Elliott going to do for them with no Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
Dumbest thing Seattle ever did.
Yeah.
And they say, well, they could throw Dak in too, but Dak needs to get paid.
Yeah, you'd have to tag him and trade him.
Right.
That's the other name. We got 4 days till they have an opportunity to tag Dak.
Yeah.
If they don't tag Dak, Dak might be gone.
Dak will be gone. Somebody's going to sign him.
Washington
would be a perfect fit for him.
Because Washington's got money and they desperately need a quarterback. If Dallas does not tag him, they might lose Dak.
I think Washington would make a huge run at him because there are no quarterbacks out there, and they're not going to get one at 19 unless Mac Jones falls way down there. Mac Jones ain't going to be the answer anyway. I don't think Mac Jones would be great in the NFL. He could be, but I'm not really sold on Mac Jones. Again, that's another school. I'm just never sold on the quarterbacks that come out of Alabama because I just feel like they play with the most elite talent in college. But we'll see. But it'd be a way for Washington to stick it to Dallas, and you know that they want to do that.
And then at that point, let's just say that happens. Let's say Dallas lets Dak walk. Let's play the game, even though I think they're going to tag him. But let's just say they do.
Yeah.
Now then they're probably going to draft a quarterback.
They would draft Mac Jones
at number 10, or they trade up to get a better one.
They could. Draft capital they have, but they definitely.
It opens up possibilities if Dak's not back in the draft.
That's why this is so much fun at this point. Yeah. It's all speculation, but it's always fun to kind of guess, and obviously it gets more fun as you do see the dominoes start to fall, the domino effects start to happen. So it'll be very interesting to see what they do with Dak, but they in my opinion, they would be stupid to let Dak walk.
You got to tag him. You got to at least tag him.
I don't know if Dak would play under the tag. Well, I think Dak would play under the tag. Was he going to get $40 million or whatever it is?
Yeah, I think it's like 38 or something. But here's my thing with Dallas, and if you didn't give him the big money last year, how do you justify giving him the big money this year?
Coming off the injury, you don't.
That's why you got to tag him again. Or you just let him walk. But I think at bare minimum, you have to even if you don't want him on the team this year, you have to at least tag him and trade him.
Yeah. I don't think they could just let him walk away.
Yeah.
I don't think they will walk away. Evan Ingram, thank you for the super chat. Really, I'd rather sign Riddick and Van Noy and Dalvin over Leo. No, I don't know if you could get all those 3 for Leo, but
what was it? What I missed it.
I'd rather sign Riddick, Van Noy, and Dalvin over Leo.
You're not getting all 3 of those guys for the price of Leo.
No.
Dalvin's going to cost you probably 11, 12.
Yep.
Van Noy's probably going to cost you 10. You might be able to get Van Noy and Dalvin. You're not getting Riddick also for the price of Leo.
Right.
Yeah.
John Larson is bad. We're talking about the Cowboys. Oh, I know. We're talking about the Cowboys. Yeah. We'll see what they do. I just don't think that they can let Dak walk. I think it'd be stupid for them to let him go. They would have been better off not signing Zeke and signing Dak Prescott. That's what they should have done. So
they're in Dallas is in a tough spot.
They are. That's why I said, I had some troll freaking DM me on Instagram. I blocked him. I'm not dealing with childish nonsense anymore. Man, I don't respond. I just block it on you. The guy says, you're an idiot. You said that Daniel Jones is the best quarterback in this division, and we know that you hate him. Like, number one, I never said he's the best quarterback in this division. What I said is that the Giants are the only team that actually know the future of their quarterback situation right now. Washington, they got rid of Alex Smith. They don't know who their quarterback is. Is it going to be Kyle Allen? I doubt that's what they want to go forward with. Dak Prescott going back to Dallas. Is he going there? Is he not going there? They don't know what they got there. They're going to tag him. They're going to let him walk. They're going to sign him. Who knows? And then Philadelphia. You really think Jalen Hurts is the answer? Is it going to be Jalen Hurts or picking sixth? Maybe they thank him with Trey Lance. You don't know. The Giants do know. None of those other teams know who their starter is right now. That was what I said about Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I'd be shocked like you though if Dak's not back with Dallas. You got to at least tag him and give him another year there, but we'll see.
A Giants fan says I'm pretty sure Dallas will be $20 million over the cap after tagging Dak. I thought Dallas had.
You know what? I'm curious. I haven't looked at that. I'll look at Dallas' cap real quick.
Max Webster, brilliant. Thank you for super chat. He says, don't forget, Dak is 5-11 versus teams over 500 since 2017. I haven't forgotten.
Yep.
I haven't forgotten that. Trust me, that's what the big thing.
And don't forget, he should have been 0-5 last year.
He should 0-7.
Oh, I thought he only played 5 games. I thought they played this week 5 when he got hurt.
They were 2-5 after.
Oh, okay, my mistake.
Yeah, they beat the Falcons with him there, which should have never happened. And then he started the game against us, and he didn't finish it. That moved him to 2-5. But that was it. They should have been 0-7. We blew a big lead, and then Atlanta blew a really big lead, and he lost all the other games. They should have been 0-7.
All right, so I'm looking at Dallas's cap space right now. They've got about $26 million of cap space. So, and I think Dak would be about 38, maybe.
Oh, yeah, okay, they would be under the cap. Okay, they must have been last year, Max. So my bad. You're right.
But there's things they could do though. You look at their roster; they could cut some play. If they want to tag them, they'll be able to do it.
Yeah. So as Giants fan, 26. That's it. So you're right. They would. Well, just hypothetical, saying if they just tagged them without restructuring, they would be over the cap.
Yeah.
A lot of teams are going to be over the cap this year. There's not going to be a lot of movement probably. Like Chris said,
look at the players that are getting cut. I mean, you're talking about big players already getting cut.
Van Noy.
Today, the guard, what's his a really good guard got cut today. Why does the name escape me right now? He had a bad year last year, but he's really good. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler. The name escaped me.
I didn't have time to look.
Yeah. No, there's been some pretty high profile cuts. So this is only the beginning. There's gonna be a lot more.
Yeah, I agree. Kalen, Brilly, thank you for the super chat, man. He says it's my birthday. Thanks for the gift of Talking Giants. Well, Kalen, happy birthday, buddy. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Hot Nick's daughter. Share the same birthday, March 5th. There you go. Happy birthday, buddy.
No, KB, it's not Rich Incognito. It's another guy.
Yeah. Evan Ingram, Brilly. He says, sorry, I meant we can sign all 3 for around 30 to 35 million. Van Noy 8 to 10 million. Dalvin Cook 8 to 10 million. Riddick 10 to 12. We can also sign a veteran cornerback and draft a wide receiver. I don't know if we have that much money to do all that, though.
Let me go over this. Do you have an Ingram super chat?
Yeah. 10-10, that's 32 million or 30 to 35 million. We don't have 30 to 35 million cap space. Even if we don't bring Leo back, I don't think we have 30.
Well, 30. Right now we've got about 11. If we don't bring back Zeitler, that jumps to 23. And then, which we don't know if they're going to do or not. And then you've got the other cuts we've talked about, probably bumps you to 30. Those 3 small cuts. We could get upwards of 40 because it's Solder.
Well, they could be for a Solder. That'd save a lot of money.
Yeah, if we could get about 40 to 40, maybe even 45 if we don't bring back Zeitler. But at that point, yeah, you could either use that on Leo, Dalvin, maybe make a couple of small moves. The other thing is, I always say it, man, we could have all these great plans. These guys got to want to come here.
Right.
These guys got to want to come here, you know. Fans always say, oh, I got the easy plan. That don't mean they're going to want to come here. So you could have all the money in the world. You could free up all the money in the world. Those guys don't want to play here.
Right.
It don't matter.
Which is why they talk about Allen Robinson not wanting to come here because he said he wants to play with a winning team. He wants to try to win. The Giants aren't there yet. But that doesn't mean he wouldn't come here and play. But obviously he's looking to go to a team with a better situation. That's why he wants to get the hell out of Chicago. They're not winning anything anytime soon. And the Giants really aren't ready to do that either, although Allen Robinson will give us a big step forward into doing that. It'll be interesting to see what happens. You're gonna, like Chris said, you're going to see a lot more cuts of really good players. And, you know, a lot of teams don't have cap space to sign him. So it's going to be interesting to see what the hell happens. It really is.
I agree with Chris, though. I just saw this real quick. Chris 244. He says Van Noy is a big Judge guy. I think he would come here. I agree with you. I do think if the Giants are in the ballpark of where other teams are for Van Noy, if that's a guy they target, I agree he'd come here because I don't think there's many teams out there that he'd fit the defense better than the New York Giants. Patrick Graham, Joe Judge, coming from the New England School of Thought. We brought all the coaches over from Miami, the team he played for last year. I think he's a great fit for the Giants. And Logan Ryan. Obviously, he's probably friendly with Logan Ryan. Logan Ryan said he's going to recruit players. Last year, he came out and said he loved Joe Judge, when the Giants were potentially interested in him last year as a free agent. So I agree with you. I think if we're in the ballpark for Van Noy, we'll probably get him if we're interested. I agree with you on that.
Be a nice addition.
Yeah.
Be nice. Rakeem, thank you for the super chat. Really, thoughts on Alejandro Villanueva from the Steelers? Yeah, we talked about that. They'd have to get rid of Zeitler in order to get him. Right?
Yeah, I'm what I'm going to advise people, and maybe it was from a more credible source. What I saw about Alejandro Villanueva, it was on Twitter from a guy that had no credentials. And it was maybe I didn't see the initial tweet. Maybe it was from somebody with more credentials. But from what I saw, it was a nobody that was tweeting about it. Don't believe everything you hear, whether it's somebody spouting about it on YouTube without credentials, whether it's somebody spouting about it on Twitter, Instagram. Don't believe everything you hear. You go on social media and you hear a lot of crazy stuff.
Worse.
If you hear it from Ian Rappaport, if you hear it from
Not Mike Mayock.
That has some.
The other guy is.
Yeah,
that guy. Who the hell is it? Mel Kiper is the guy I'm thinking.
Mel Kiper. Yeah, if you hear from legitimate insiders, even a guy like Jordan Renan, as much as he's.
I don't know how resourceful he is,
but he has legitimate sources. Is my point. This is a guy that has an in it. But if you hear it from Joe Schmo on Twitter or Joe, like someone like us on YouTube or someone like we don't know. It's just speculation.
Information. We don't know.
So I would just say don't believe everything that you hear on the internet.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Dire Giants fan, Brilly. Again, message retracted. I don't know what the hell is going on with that, brother. I appreciate the super chat, my man. Duran, Brilly says, when I'm sad, I look up the Eagles spot track and I laugh. Yeah, you should. Spot track, obviously. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? They're like $70 million in cap hell. It's hilarious. But they all thought I was lying, Durant, a year ago when I said, actually it was 2 years ago when I told them 2019 was boom or bust. They're either winning it or not. They're in cap hell. That window's closing. You're a hater. You don't know anything about the cap. Howie Roseman, blah, blah. Yeah, turns out I did know something about the cap, didn't it? It turns out that I knew a lot about where they were headed, and that's exactly where they are. I didn't think they'd be forced.
I'm gonna smile right now, Baddog. I'm gonna go check out their cap.
Yeah, God. I don't even need to look at it. I know how bad they are. And they got Jalen Hurts as a quarterback, and they think, oh, Jalen Hurts is going to be the guy. He's so delusional. It's hilarious. Anytime that I'm sad, I just remember I'm not an Eagles fan, and that makes me happy. Derek Giants fan, Brilly, you are the man. He says, apparently the Giants just released Solder, as Chris went bad again. Any validity to this? Derek Giants fan, I don't know if that happened or what's going on. But I haven't heard anything. But again, guys, I haven't been on the internet pretty much all day today because, like most days, I work and then I pick my son up. And then I made the video. Then I went to the gym. I got home. I ate dinner. I relaxed for a little bit. So I don't know. But I didn't hear anything about that yet. Dire Giants fan. Chris will be back, guys. I'm guessing there he is, but he's frozen.
Oh, I think I'm back. Am I back now?
Yeah,
I was getting the phone. This computer keeps crapping out, but now it looks like it's good.
The interwebs got him. The information superhighway. He got lost on it. He got cut off by a bad driver on the information superhighway.
What I wanted to bring up about the Eagles, and I didn't pull up their cap space yet, but what I wanted to bring up about the Eagles, they did start backloading more contracts, but which they have to do. Like they have no choice this year because. But Eagles fans are celebrating like that. I saw that on like Twitter and on YouTube. They're like Howie Roseman's a genius. He freed up $9 million on the cap. Yeah, and he hurt your cap for $9 million next year. It's like you keep backloading. Yeah, it's you gotta pay up eventually.
I don't know if you heard Dire Giants with Super Chat. He said that apparently the Giants just released Solder. Is there any validity to that?
I'll let you know right now. If there is, I'm sure it'll be all over Twitter.
Yeah. Lele Lou, Brilly. Thank you for the super chat, brother. He says DJ is not a bad quarterback. He just tried to do too much and made some bad plays. He can develop into a good quarterback. The jury isn't in yet, but he's shown some promise. He has shown some promise, which is why I was so high on him, but he's also shown some regression. And again, it's not so much the tools that I worry about Alelu, because I think physically he is good enough to do it. It is the instincts, because you can't coach that, man. You either have instincts or you don't. That was why I got so worried about him this year. That was why I prompted me to make the video saying I don't think this is the guy, because I don't think you can change your instincts. You can coach a guy up so much, but when it comes down to doing things, he's going to be instinctual at some points. And he just, to me, he doesn't use his instincts. He delays. I think he processes things a little bit too slowly. And maybe that'll change if his offensive line gets better and he gets Saquon Barkley back and they get a number one receiver. That's very possible. But I can't guarantee that. All I go by when I judge you guys by what I watch in the field. I don't look at PFF. I'm not looking at how fast he ran. I'm not looking at all this other stuff. I'm not looking at how great he throws a deep ball. I'm looking at the pass against Tampa Bay, where Dion Lewis was wide open and he delayed and he allowed the cornerback to close on him. Whether that was pass interference or not, it shouldn't have even come to that.
Oh, you're talking about the 2-point conversion.
Right. He should have thrown that ball out there. Dion Lewis was wide open by 4 yards. He delayed, then he threw behind him and the cornerback got there. That shouldn't have happened. It's that type of play that worries me because he processed it too slowly. You have to, especially when you're on the arm strength, you have to know and you have to trust your receiver. And again, maybe that's just the fact he doesn't have a receiver he can trust. But you got to be able to trust your receivers that I'm going to throw that ball where he's supposed to be and he's going to be there. You know, throw the ball before they're out of their before they break. When they're running it out, man, when they're up here, he should be throwing that ball as soon as they make their cut. So when they turn around, that ball's right there, not after they make their cut, because that allows the corner to close. People say the Giants don't get any separation, but you don't know that. You can't figure that out. Because if they are separated, how do you know that when Daniel Jones throws the ball, it was a split second? It's that quick in the NFL. If he's a tenth of a second too late, it's too late.
On that play, you know, and I'm not saying in general, like every play is different. I'm sure there's some plays where it wasn't his fault. And I don't even think it was on that one specific play. And by the way, I just looked it up, Dire Giants fan, completely fake. That they have not really sold it yet. But on that specific play, I think it was more a confidence thing than a him processing late on that individual play. I think he didn't have enough confidence. He choked.
Either way, you can't have
it was a huge spot and he shrunk. Like
either way, you can't have. That's worse.
Oh yeah, no, that's worse, probably. Yeah. But I think it was a lack of confidence on that play.
Oh, like Lou, I agree with you. The jury's still out on him, which is why I want them to really focus on getting this guy, getting Daniel Jones, the best pieces for him to succeed, so that there is no jury. So the jury is done. The jury's made their decision at the end of 2021. He's either guilty or he's not guilty. That's what I want to know. I don't want a hung jury. I don't want, we have an appeal, and I don't want all that. So you have a stay of execution. The dude either is or isn't after 2021. That's what we need to know.
Yeah.
So what Danny Lukenmeyer asked something, and it wasn't the Eagles will have to begin the rebuild. What did he ask? It was something I wanted to read, and I lost it, and I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it went. There was something he wrote I wanted to answer, but I don't know.
John says Lewis was the third option on that play. I'd have to go back and look at the play, John, but from what I remember on the play, he was looking at Lewis. And he waited until Lewis turned his head rather than throwing the ball to the spot. And by the time that he waited, it gave the defender time enough to close out on it. At least that's what I saw. And I'd have to go back and look at it to be completely fair. But if I remember correctly, I don't care if it was the third, fourth, seventh read, he had time to throw that ball before he should have. And he was looking at him longer than he should have before he threw the ball.
Well, like you just said, whether he was the first, second, or third option, he looked at him before he came out of his break. He was looking over there and he hesitated. I don't know what he hesitated. You can go back and watch it. No matter what read that was, he was looking at Dion Lewis when he was just coming out of his break, and he just didn't throw it. Like Chris said, it must have been like, I just don't have confidence to make the throw or whatever it was. I don't know what it was, but he did. He froze up there.
Yeah.
So no matter what the read was, it's not like he saw him late. and threw the ball then. He saw him early and just hesitated for, like I said, a half a second, and by then it was too late.
Yeah. It happens, but it happens. It can't happen. That's where if you're a franchise quarterback, you don't do that. And he's still young, and he can still become a franchise quarterback, but he's not yet, and hopefully he grows. But yeah, that was definitely a bad play.
Jared, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilliant, my man. Says, cheers, both of you missing Lakers live, dog. It'll be back for you, next Friday. This next Friday, they're back. It'll be quick. It'll be a quick week. What I'm going to say this, I told Chris this morning. So this is how tired I was, Jared, and any Laker fans in here that know I streamed till 1 in the morning, you have 4 hours of sleep. And you guys that were in the stream though last night, I was drained because I streamed on Sunday night with the Lakers. Then we did Talking Giants on Monday night, and when we stream Talking Giants, Chris and I just don't hang up. We talk for like another hour or hour and a half. We go to bed at like 2 till we're both falling asleep. It's like, it's like we're dating. We talk for we talk at like 2 in the morning. We talk about the future of the show. We talk about a lot of stuff. And then I streamed the Lakers Tuesday and Wednesday night. So I didn't sleep for 4 days. I went out to dinner last night with my wife, my mother-in-law, my son. I get home at like 6:45. I lay down on the couch. I'm going to watch the Knicks game. I fell asleep before the Knicks even started. So I fell asleep about 7 o'clock. I woke up at 9:30. I took a shower. I went right back to sleep. So for the first time in God knows how long, I actually slept. It was interrupted, but I got like 11 hours of sleep. That's amazing.
You didn't miss much. The Knicks blew them out the entire game. So.
I saw. I think when I woke up, they were way up, and I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. You didn't miss much. It was a pretty easy one for the Knicks.
Stink.
Yeah, they're horrible. And they were missing their best player. Grant was out, so
yeah.
There was no excuses for the Knicks not to win that game.
No, the Knicks are fun to watch. There's no doubt about that, man. There's no doubt about it. Sean Gall says, like we're dating awesomeness. Well, that's what you do when you're dating. You talk till 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's pretty funny. My road rage video was the story of my everyday life. I'm telling you, Kyle, that's why I did it. I figured a lot of people can relate to that. A lot of people can relate to what I go through on the road because there are all those stupid drivers out there. It's unbelievable, man. Jared, thank you for the super chat. Really, he says, here's to the sleep, man. Deserved. I appreciate that. I needed it, Jared. But like I said, I'm going to refresh. I'm going to get ready to go. We're ready for the second half.
Absolutely. It's like a slow week. You relax. This is a good week to take off, relax, make a couple of videos.
Right. I'll make some videos this week. I'll have time. I'm going to
push forward after the All-Star break.
I'm going to Fisk on my channel sometime next week. I'm going to do just a hangout because Dire Giants fan said, when are you going to do another hangout? Because I never get to do those. So I'll probably have like 2 live streams next week, but I'm not going to overdo it. I'm not going to do them every night. Yeah, I'm going to get some sleep. When I record my video, I can record it at 10. It'll be scheduled next day. I'll be done with it by 10:45. I'll be able to go to sleep and get 7 hours of sleep. That's plenty for me. Much better than 4. Why does Hernandez get so much hate? What's the worst part of his game? He just regressed. I think that's a big part. And players next to him regressed. Like Nate Solder had a bad year next to Will Hernandez. So I think that's part of the reason.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to give up on Will Hernandez yet, but I understand they do.
I'm going to tell you what. I said in my video today, and I didn't know if Will Hernandez was going to be in the long-term plan. I still don't know if he's going to be in the long-term plans of the Giants. There's another guy they may potentially have to extend that we didn't talk about when we brought up Real Peppers next year. If they cut Zeitler, I got to think that Hernandez is in the long-term plans. If they don't extend Zeitler, because at that point, and we'll see what they do in free agency and the draft, but at that point, I don't know. I as long as Hernandez plays decent this year, I got to think that the plan is to extend him.
Right.
I
would think so.
You want to keep the line together. So we'll see, but I got to think that.
Chris 2444 says, are you guys going to stream free agency next week? We'll see. I thought about taking that day off. I said it before. I haven't taken a day off of work, just a day off, not including my vacation. I'm taking a personal or a sick day. I haven't done that pretty much all year. There is a good possibility that I take it. I keep every day I go to work. I'm like, man, I almost called in today. I almost called in. It's coming. And I've told people it's coming. I'm calling in one of these damn days.
Yeah.
I never do it on a Friday, though, because Friday's Friday. I'm like, I never understood why people call in on Friday. Friday's the best day to go to work. Why would you call in on Friday? I've never quite
do it on Monday. Get that extra day.
I like to do it. I like to do it in the middle of the week. Like, if I'm going to do it, it's usually Wednesday. I'll just get rid of the hump day. Go right back in Thursday. I always think that's the best. I think Tuesday or Wednesday is the best days to take off of work. If you go on Monday, take a day off, it's easy. It's easy to come back. But you should go live on March 10th for your birthday. Well, I can't say we're going to do that. That's Wednesday, yeah. Our show is usually Friday, but probably Thursday this week. Next week, right? Thursday, because all the teams start up on Friday.
I think the Knicks play Thursday.
So it'd be Saturday then.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out. That's what happens.
That's what happens. You're very busy, important guys like we are having to stream our basketball teams. Well, me streaming the Lakers. It's not my basketball team, but we have our teams that we stream. Put it that way. Yeah, and Knicks and Lakers. That's going to be a damn good game.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to that too. Kyle Patrick, you the man, really, brother. He says thanks for the chat, boys. Always look forward to watching you two. Smith and Waddle both there at 11. Who do you take? I like Waddle more. I also like Waddle more than Devontae Smith.
I'm a Waddle guy. I'd be happy with either one, but I'm a Waddle over Smith guy. But I think they're both great. I'd be happy with either one, but I'd prefer Waddle.
Yeah. Dire Giants fan, Brilly. He says, screw Hangouts if you want to sleep. Sleep is invaluable. I'd trade those Hangout streams for your Yankee games. Oh, Dire Giants fan. I mean, I'm going to do the Yankee games too. And obviously I can't do all of them because, again, it's like the Knicks. But with the Yankees, I figured 2 a week. That's what I'm going to try. I'm going to do Wednesday because I don't go to the gym on Wednesday. So hopefully Wednesday nights. Sometimes they play in the afternoon. Sometimes they're off. But we'll figure it out because if they're off on Wednesday, I'll go to the gym Wednesday. I'll do a Tuesday game or something and never play a day game during Tuesday. And I'll try to do one on the weekend. But no, Dire Giants fan. I mean, I'm not streaming every night. Like I said, it'll be two hangouts. And that's nothing. I can do that. I can do that standing on my head. Also, hangouts can be done by midnight. I could go to sleep, so, And tutto azzurri, grazie, paisano. Grazie, brilli. Salute, paisanos. How you fellas doing? Time for both you guys to come back home to Italy and have some ice-cold Peronis all together. Forget about it. Hell yes.
My man, Tudo. I got to have a Peroni next time I'm on the street. I love Peroni. But Tudo's the man. Love Tudo. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, I wish I could go to Italy. It's a bucket list item. I see the old somebody said Waddle sucks. I guess that's one man's opinion. I don't know.
Well, no, there's definitely conflicting opinions on Waddle, and that's going to be with any prospect going into the draft. I like Waddle a lot, and I see Bavit say, "Is Waddle a route runner?" All I hear is he's fast. I might be wrong though. To me, when I watch him, I'm not telling you he's an impeccable route runner, but he's not just like a straight line speed guy. He's a guy. He could run routes. He could go up and get the ball. He's not strictly a slot guy that people make him out to be. Right. I like Waddle a lot. I'm a fan of Waddle.
There's a question Danny asked that I want to answer. He says, do you think Darnold will be like Tannehill and resurrect his career somewhere else? I think he could have a year like Tannehill. I don't think Tannehill had rating-wise, yes, he was good. But he didn't throw for like 4,500 yards and 40 touchdowns. I don't think Darnold will ever be that guy. But I think if Darnold was in a better situation, he'll do better than he was with the Jets. I still don't think Darnold will ever be a good quarterback. I think Darnold will be an average to above. Maybe he could be an above-average quarterback at his ceiling, but he does nothing to impress me whatsoever. I've never been a Darnold fan, and I don't think, no matter what, I don't think he'd ever be a top 10 quarterback.
He's never going to be an elite quarterback.
He may scratch the top 15, maybe if he's lucky, but I don't think he'd ever be that guy. But he definitely could be better than he is with the Jets. I don't think.
I mean, he was in the worst situation possible with the Jets, like even worse than Daniel Jones with the Giants. So, if he gets put in the right situation, maybe the Niners, I think he could be successful. But I don't, like you said, he's never going to be a top elite quarterback. He's just not.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Jonathan JD, thanks for the super chat, brother. Brilly, my man. He says, by the way, you can see I have no soda and I have no beer, just an empty can down here. This is really good, by the way.
I've had that before.
You have?
Yeah.
I didn't have this, so I went out to eat last weekend, and I found it at Target of all places.
Yep, I think that's where I got it. If I'm not
there you go, Target. Yeah. Good beer at Target. Go figure. Yeah. Jonathan, really nice. He says, salute the guys in the minority. I want an offensive lineman first round. We can't forget our top 2 investments, DJ and Saquon Barkley. Look at Kansas City. Weapons meant little with offensive line injuries. Wouldn't be upset out of Jonathan. They take Slater. It's not gonna hurt my feelings.
I said it today on Twitter. I wouldn't be. I'm not even going to be surprised at all if they take an offensive lineman at this point, especially if they're cutting Zeitler.
Yeah, that would make sense. If they cut Zeitler, then I could see them signing a wide receiver
and drafting a lineman. I could see it. Rashawn Slater, if he's there, I could see it. You know, I'm not telling you that that's what's going to happen, but let's see what happens in free agency first, and then we'll reevaluate the draft board. But if they sign a pretty good wide receiver, I could see him taking a lineman in the first round. Wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yep. No, me either. I won't be surprised, really, unless they drafted a quarterback. Nothing's really going to surprise me.
Yeah.
They go corner, they go linebacker, they go receiver, they go tight end. If Pitts is there, I don't think he will be, but if Pitts is there, they'd be stupid to pass up on him. If Pitts is there, they're taking Kyle Pitts. I don't think there's any question about that, but we'll see what it is. Yeah, Kyle, I love Voodoo's is a great beer. There's no doubt about that. Tuto, brilli again, grazie, Paisano. He says, what did Coach Bill Belichick go to the bank to get his quarterback? He's gonna need it. He's gonna need to go to a big bank to get a quarterback. It ain't gonna be that easy for them this year. I can see Mac Jones going to the Patriots or Kyle Trask and being really good there.
I could see any quarterback going to the Patriots would be good.
Well, they must not believe in who'd they get there? It wasn't. Yeah, it's not Eason. Stidham, Jared Stidham. They must not believe in him.
If they're going to draft a quarterback, no, definitely not. And I think they are going to draft a quarterback.
Yes, with the Patriots, I think they have to.
Yeah,
I don't know what else they would do. They're not going to go.
One guy I've thought about is Garoppolo because there's been rumors the Niners want to get rid of him. Remember how pissed Belichick was when they got traded.
Right. Belichick wanted him there.
He was pissed when the Patriots traded him. So I think that would be an interesting reunion if it happened.
Well, Garoppolo could be really good there too.
Yeah.
Belichick gets his guy, you know, Belichick is. Jonathan, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. He says, if you had to pick Dallas, Washington, Philadelphia winning record, Washington.
To be determined for me. I got to see the quarterback situations. But if Washington, is Jonathan, as long as Washington's not starting a rookie and they're starting a competent quarterback, I would say Washington. Yeah. If they're starting a rookie, I might go Dallas.
Oh, I could see that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dominic says you got 373 in here. So yes, guys, hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button. Smack the thumbs up button. That always helps the stream. So hit the thumbs up button. Go into the description. Sub up Entertainment Talking Sports. If you have not, the link to his channel is right there. It's right at the top. Sub him up because we do this show every week. In case you guys haven't been new, we alternate channels. So next week we'll be on Chris's channel. And again, if you're new to both of these channels or one or whatever, we stream the Giants game together every week, and we do the same thing. We alternate channels for every Giants game. So hopefully, if you guys are enjoying the show, like I said, sub up the Entertainment Talking Sports. Sub this channel up if you haven't. And I always thank you for being here. We do appreciate it very much. Young Money, you're right. Well, good evening, friends. Mark Holmes here. I'm about to make my 4th Dak Prescott video of the day. I'm going to word this differently, but I'm going to ask the same thing. If they should tag him or if they should let him walk or they should sign him. Mark Holmes.
What do you think will happen to Mark Holmes if they let Dak go? Do you think he'll just cancel his channel? That's all his content. Or do you think he'll just become a fan of the team that Dak goes to?
I think that Mark Holmes will burn his house down if they let Dak walk. I think that's what'll happen. I think Mark Holmes would just blow a gasket and his head would explode and burn his house down.
Yeah, I just if Dak signs with Washington, I just think he's going to become a Washington.
Oh my God, can you imagine? I hope that happens just for that reaction.
Yeah. What's up, Slick Rick, man? Thanks for popping in the stream, my man.
Dude, I don't know what you would do, man. This is crazy. Dominic, thank you for dropping Entertainer's link in the chat. So there it is. If you guys didn't go into the description, my man Dominic just dropped the link right there. So thank you, Dominic. Appreciate that. Lucas, thank you for the super chat, brother. Really. He watched my road rage video. He says, breaking news, record number of Record number of short beer gutted old men have traded in their pickup trucks today. Resources say many of them worried about angry man. Oh, Lucas, you're the freaking man. I needed that laugh. That was awesome. That's one of
What's
the
up, Lucas? What's going on, Lucas?
best ones I've ever read right there. That's what was a big contention, that the guys that drive those oversized pickup trucks are about 5'6". They all have beer guts and they're all old. I don't know what it is, but it's a fact. If you see 10 of them big ass oversized pickup trucks, and usually it's a Dodge Ram for whatever reason, they just love Dodge Rams. Someone getting out of that car, you see him at the gas station, it's going to be a 5'6" old guy with a beer gut. It's just, that is what drives those vehicles. I don't know why. Why is it when you get older?
I'm guessing because they don't get a lot of exercise. They're sitting down all day.
But why do they have a big truck? Why can't they have a regular car?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's my point. I'm not saying that they have a beer gut because they're driving. I'm just wondering, like, why do they have to have that big ass car? Like, why when you get older does the car get bigger? It should get smaller.
It should get smaller.
Smaller when you're old. You downsize your house. You get shorter. Whatever. Everything happens. You get, everything gets smaller, but the damn car gets huge. Wow. Derek Giants fan, you were the man. Brilly says, check your P.O. box before the 19th of July. What did you do, Derek Giants fan? You're the freaking man, brother. I will. You're the man. I appreciate that. You are the freaking man, brother. Yep. No doubt about it. I definitely will give my P.O. box. Check, by the way, this Derek Giants fan right here. This Judgment Day shirt. He's the man.
That's a good shot. I like that shirt.
This shirt's awesome.
Yeah.
Jared, thank you, buddy. He says, amazing stream, guys. Yeah, we do this every week, Jared. We do it every week, brother. Sabrina, they have dropped the link to my road rage video. Yes, you can check that out later if you'd like. So I said, share that video out, man. What the hell? That type of thing needs to go viral anyway. People need it. I know everybody goes through what I go through. They might not scream at their wheel, but they might think in their head, this guy's an idiot. Like you. You might not scream. You might not get enraged.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely get pissed. I just don't scream.
You should. It's very cathartic.
I don't. I think I've cursed a few times. I've screamed a couple of curses, but it's not frequent.
You're down in Long Island and you don't curse makes you think you're not human.
Oh, it happens. It happens.
Okay, good. I worry about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Victor, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. He says, hey, Baddog, your Lakers streams are so big. How haven't you got a sponsorship yet? I don't know. I tell you this, Victor. I talked about this last year before they shut down. I was in talks with getting a sponsor, but they never came back. So that did happen. But it just never happened. I don't know. Hopefully in the future it happens, but
it'll happen. It'll happen.
It don't matter. I love doing a Lakers stream, sponsor or no sponsor. It doesn't matter. But maybe in the future somebody will find the old bad diggity dizzle and say, hey, these guys are right. But then again, I'm a little rough around the edges. They might be like, I don't want this guy representing my company. Jesus Christ, he's crazy. So you never. Bavit says that voice crack. Yeah, his voice cracked. My voice cracked when I said work in my road rage video too. It was pretty funny.
Did you? Yeah, I got to watch that. I watched.
I said, "Was nobody work?" That's what I said. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate it. Yeah, the Lakers next Friday, guys. It's that quick. It's next Friday. Quick turnaround.
Yeah, and then you got another 35 games, and then the playoffs.
And then long run of playoffs. We have another 20 playoff games probably.
Yeah.
Lakers gonna repeat. I mean, I already know that's coming. I already know that.
I just hope the Knicks get at least 4 playoff games.
I just hope that the Knicks beat the hell out of the Nets. I'm just saying the Knicks are going to make the playoffs.
I hope so.
They're going to make the playoffs. They're too good.
I hope so.
This team's a lot of fun. The Knicks are a lot of fun to watch.
I love them.
They remind me a lot of the 90s Knicks. They play with a lot of heart. They may not have the most talent in the world, but they play hard for Thibodeau. That's all you could ask. That's all you want. He's got to play hard. We haven't seen the Knicks play like this in years, man. In years.
Yeah.
The last guy I remember that was Mike Woodson. I was like the last time I remember them actually playing hard.
That was a fun team. That was a really fun team.
I do not want the Knicks to make I don't want them to trade away their future for a player. They, like I said, I say it all the time. They did it with Carmelo Anthony. They did it too soon. Don't do that.
They won't. They're not gonna.
No Bradley Beal. No Andre Drummond. I mean, the Knicks have money. So don't, if Andre Drummond is I don't think he'd go to the Knicks because he probably wants to win a title, and the Knicks aren't quite there yet. But they could get him, and they could get him after the buyout. Go for it.
Yeah, absolutely,
Because they have money. The Knicks have a lot of money. Knicks are gonna be good, man. I tell you, the Giants, the Knicks, and the Rangers' futures are very bright.
And the Mets. Don't leave my Mets out. I think the Mets are gonna be good.
The Mets. I mean, I don't know what to say. I hope the Mets are good, but they're the Mets.
Yeah, they are the Mets. They'll screw it.
Works for the Mets. They do everything right, and then the player gets there and he stinks.
Yeah,
it's just a curse.
It's probably gonna happen.
Slick Rick, Brilly, thank you for the super chat. Says Chris, can't wait to see you yell at Baddog Bipolar in a live Giants game. Oh yeah, that's coming.
Oh yeah.
That's coming, Slick Rick. Yeah, that's definitely coming. I can't wait to that. I saw DWG today.
Oh really?
I did get to see DWG. Well, I'll be going back to my old building, my old apartment. Hopefully next year. They're right. They pretty much brought everybody back now, so people are starting to go back. But I don't think it's going to happen until like July. So we'll because our fiscal year runs July to July, which is strange, but that's how it runs. So hopefully, be back with DWG, which is always a good thing. DWG
is a great guy.
He is. We'll be down here again. Be DWG. Probably the Don will go down. We'll drink it up with. We're not going to have 12 people this time. We're going to have like 112.
I think we're going to have a big crowd this year.
I think we'll have a huge crowd.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Listen, one thing we should do, and again, this is because we don't know what the situation's going to be. If we have enough people, we need to look at like getting a luxury box or something. Because I would imagine if we all went in on it, wouldn't be that much money.
I would love to do that. I guess you gotta contact the Giants, but I would love to do something like that.
Oh,
because otherwise everybody's gonna be sitting apart. I'd rather have something organized like that.
We can contact the Giants. The Giants know who the hell we are. Yeah, Chris, what the hell's going on? Somebody let the Giants know about Chris and the Baddog, please. Come on. Yo, Tish, Mary, you listening? I didn't mean it about how you guys are screwing the franchise up. Can you hook us up with some things?
We talk about you guys. We've talked about you guys every day for the last 3 years. Come on.
Yeah, come on, eh?
Let's go.
Let's go is right. You give all these other people these damn tickets. They ain't doing what we do, huh? That Giants, man, brilliant. You didn't need a super chat again, brother. I appreciate it. He says, but after the 15th, I'll definitely check it out, brother. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Exhorter, you are the man. Brilly, man. He says, yeah, great call in that Knicks game. I saw your last minutes on that game. There you go.
He's talking to me, I'm assuming, or
I'm guessing.
Yeah. If you are, because I call the next game. I don't know. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. The Knicks. Well, the next game would be good. Exhorter. But yeah, when the Lakers played last, it was who the hell was it? It was the Kings. The Kings, Exhorter. That's who they played. Well, my man's in Cancun. Are you still in Cancun, Exhorter? He's in Cancun. He's like, do I hang out in the bay? He said, do I hang out here or do I go into the 80-degree ocean? I'm out. I don't blame him. But yeah.
If I was in Cancun, I wouldn't be on YouTube. I'd be enjoying Cancun.
Exhorter's the man. He is.
Yeah. I'd be enjoying Cancun.
Big Laker fan right there. Big Laker fan. That's great. But yeah, that was a good game. Listen, about the Lakers, like I said, I know a lot of people were upset. Oh, you're back. All right, cool. I know a lot of Laker fans are upset about that, but listen, the Lakers didn't have anybody. LeBron sat out. Lakers still scored 120 points. I mean, you got to be happy that maybe KCP found a shot and all this other stuff, but the Lakers are going to be a different team coming out of the break when they're completely healthy. We'll see what happens, but it'll be good. OTB Mods, what's going on? But yeah, ask those questions, guys, if you got them. Who's shorter, Kid Blue or the midget Christopher, says Bavith. Well, Bavith, you saw us on camp. Chris and
the camera don't lie. The camera don't lie, Bavith.
Chris and I are the same height. We're about a foot taller than Kid Blue. That's real talk. I'm not even trolling. Like, that's a fact.
No, Kid Blue is legitimately 3'8".
He really is. Remember the picture of him next to DWG, who's 6'7"?
And that's with high heels. He's like 3'2" without the heels.
Right. Gangrene David was taller than I thought he'd be.
Yeah, he was over 6 foot, I thought.
He's like 6'2".
Yeah, he was tall.
I'll be able to buy him a beer this year. Looking forward to that. I've told other guys, I'm like, even if you don't go to the Giants game, you got to at least come out and hang out the night before. I told John Letourneau, I said, you got to go up there. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I think Philly 500 should fly over just for.
We could, you know what we could do next year? They got that sports bar. I mean, I know we went to Reds. They also got like the sports book there where you could bet on the games. They got the sports book in the Meadowlands, don't they? I think it's called like.
I don't even know, but it'd probably be expensive to drink there.
That's a good point. Good
That'd
point.
be expensive to drink there.
Good
Reds
point.
not there. It's like an $8 pitcher or whatever it was. That you can deal with. But in the Meadowlands, it's gonna be like $8 a beer. Because remember, what were the beers? $13 for a Stella?
Yeah, the beers. I thought the beers were bad at and I've been to football games, but usually I drink. I drink at the tailgate, and I don't really buy so much in the stadium. But everybody complains about beer prices at baseball games. Football games, it's like double the price.
Well, DWG bought me a beer. He's like, "What do you want, Baddog?" I said, "It's Stella." I'm like, $14. I'm like, "Don't buy me that." He's like, "Hell, I'm buying you. You better just tell me what the hell you want, because I'm buying you one." $14. Holy Jesus! It's not for a 22. It was a freaking 12-ounce bottle, $14. Pay $1 an ounce. It was insane. Max, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. He says, y'all got me beat. I'm 5'7", 145. Yep. About 6 foot, 186. Boom! Let's go. Let's go. What was I going to say? Bavith says, does Chris, do any of your friends know you do YouTube?
Yeah. So, several of my friends know that I do YouTube. And Nitro Freak came in. He said the Giants are going to be awful this year.
Well, they could be, but that doesn't help your situation. The Eagles are going to be terrible, and you know that, Nitro Freak. You know Jalen Hurts sucks, and you know that. And there goes Chris again. So Chris left me again for about the 4th time tonight. So what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Bad Diggity Dizzle, still hanging out here. Chris having all kinds of problems with his laptop tonight, and he'll be back in a second. OTB Mods, you're 5'2". Chris will come back 3rd time. No, he's not. He didn't die, Anthony. He's had problems with his laptop, so he'll come back on the phone. We'll bring him back. Be live for like another 20 minutes. Now, me and my friend, I'm not a Giants fan, I'm a Panthers fan. Nah, it's all good. XXX Dex, I appreciate you being here. There he is.
That time the computer didn't conk out. The pop-up popped up and it knocked me up. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to start using the new laptop either tomorrow or the day after. But I missed the talk with Nitro Freak about his Eagles. But there is no way, if he's being honest with himself, he could think his Eagles are going to win more than 6 games next year.
Nitro Freak just said Jalen Hurts does suck, but I truly believe they'll draft the quarterback. Oh, look at that. One thing I'll say about Nitro Freak, he's very honest when it comes to his Eagles. I know he is. Not delusional. He may come in here and hate on the Giants all the time, but he is about as honest as it gets when assessing his team. It's refreshing, to be honest with you, because as we know, so many Eagle fans are like, we're going 12-4. Jalen Hurts is going to be the next Joe Montana. He's going to be great. And Nitro Freak will tell you he sucks. And then his own team. It happens. When you're a fan of a team and you come out and say, I don't like this player on my team, you're going to get a lot of hate. They'll get a lot of hate for saying Carson Wentz is the guy. He's been saying that for years. He said Carson Wentz ain't the guy.
Yeah.
And people hated on him for that. It was like, oh, he's just a Wentz hater. But, hey, listen, turns out he knew what the hell he was talking about. Now, the Eagles still suck, Nitro, so don't get me wrong. But they're trash. They're going to be trash. And we're going to sweep your ass this year. It's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah, no, we're sweeping them this year. But if I was I'm with him. If I was the Eagles, I'd want a quarterback at number 6, or I'd want to be drafting a quarterback this year.
Yeah. Well, then he says, good thing about the situation, Hurts is on a thin leash, but DJ's very bad. There's no change in the horizon. That's the No, it's not the difference, Nitro. He's going to be at the end of his rookie contract next year. So it's if
DJ's bad this year, we're in the position to take we'll take a quarterback. If we're in the position to take one if he's bad.
Yeah, they'll move on. They're not linked. It's not like DJ's got a 5-year deal here.
Yeah.
He's going into a 3rd year of his rookie contract. They could get out of it. They could trade him next year, or they could bench him next year and just let him ride the bench in 2022 if he's bad. But yeah, it's not like we're stuck with him for a long time. He's got 2 years.
Yeah,
as if he's no good. So we'll see. How do you think that? Where did that go? Where did that go? Better. What percentage what percent African American are you? I was thinking 67%. Yeah, I've been told I look like Dwayne Haskins. I got that one a lot.
I get Jackie Chan.
Very nice.
Yeah, I get Jackie Chan a lot.
Oh, I did. What was it? What was I looking at? You do look like the coach of the Falcons.
Yeah.
I remember somebody saying that. I think it was in one of your live streams that somebody mentioned that.
Yeah.
And I looked at that and I go, oh my God, that really does look facially.
Yeah, yeah.
That really does look like Chris.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know who that guy was because I've heard that a number of times and I'm like, really? I'm like, I should look at this because it's like the fourth time I've heard that. And then I was like, shit, it does. It does look like Rosie, your man. Brilly brother says, barely, it's a scary feeling knowing that it's a make or break year for Jones and a few other players because if Jones doesn't show he's the guy, the thought for starting over is scary itself. I agree, Roldy. I definitely agree. But one thing Chris and I both talk about is even if Daniel Jones isn't the guy, this is why I want the offense. This is why you want the offensive line. This is why you want all these guys because if Jones isn't the guy, the next guy that comes in, you want it to be an optimal situation for him. So while it's scary, if you build around Jones and he fails, it's not as bad as you believe because if you bring in another quarterback, he should be able to succeed with the pieces around him.
You set up for success. You set up for success. You set him up better than you set Jones up. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see. You know, I don't know. You know, I don't like to use the term make or break. If he improves, he's getting a fourth year. That's where I'm at. That's what I think will happen. But if he regresses or stays the same, and we're in the position to take a quarterback, he's gone. He'll probably be gone.
Yep. Dire Giants fan. You're the man, brother. Brilly. He says, if all works out well, I'll be coming for the weekend and F this screen shit. Yes. Oh, Dire Giant, at least you know this time.
What screen? What is he talking about?
This, I don't know. I don't know what the screen is. Maybe your screen. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
If all works out well, I'm coming for the weekend. I hope so, Dire Giants fan, because again, you beat the traffic, so we can have a few cold ones. Because it's the least I can do for you is buy a few rounds of brewskis for sure.
Looking forward to it, man.
Has anyone ever told me I look like Sacha Baron Cohen? I've been told that. I've been told I look like Robert De Niro. I've been told I look like J.D. Martinez. I've been told I look like Manu Ginobili. I've been told I look like who the hell knows? I look like everybody.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy. Exactly like Eddie Murphy. Exactly like. Oh man, where are we? You guys?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Baddog.
No. I was just gonna re-roll. He says, "Wait, you guys think I can snap my finger, find a franchise quarterback? It's not that easy finding a franchise quarterback."
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
And it's why I always laughed at people when they were in such a rush to get rid of Eli Manning. Growing up, even before I was on YouTube, I always said, well, when Eli's gone, as much as you say you don't like the guy and you say he stinks, you'll see. It's not easy to find a franchise quarterback. I grew up seeing, the process of finding Eli Manning. And Giants fans, I think, took Eli Manning for granted, just like I thought Knicks fans took Patrick Ewing for granted.
They did.
And it is not easy. And hopefully Jones is the guy. But it is not easy to find a franchise quarterback. The Chicago Bears have never found a franchise quarterback in modern-day football. The New York Jets have never found, since Joe Namath, a franchise quarterback. Nope. There's a number of teams that have never even found a franchise quarterback.
Right.
Jacksonville Jaguars. So many. So, no, it is not easy. And I think a lot of people took Eli Manning for granted.
The Arizona Cardinals have had a franchise quarterback? You want to consider Kurt Warner a franchise quarterback at the end of his career?
He was there. He was very good for a year there, maybe two.
That's not really a franchise quarterback.
Let's go down the teams real quick. Eagles, I would say McNabb definitely qualifies as a franchise quarterback, and they've had others. Obviously, they've had franchise quarterbacks. Dallas obviously has had franchise quarterbacks. I don't think Washington's ever had a franchise quarterback, like a long-term 12-year guy.
Theismann.
Yeah, but how long was he the quarterback? I don't even know.
75 to 85. He was there.
Okay, 10 years.
He played in 2 Super Bowls.
Okay. All right, I'll give him Theismann.
They also had who they have? They had another good quarterback.
Well, Cousins, but he
Sammy
wasn't.
Ball. Sammy Ball was a great quarterback too.
Okay.
You're going back, but
you're going back. Bears in modern times. Bears no.
Bears have never had one anyway. We're going modern time.
How about the Vikings?
Fran Tarkenton.
That's way back.
Yeah, we're going full era. Fran Tarkenton.
Yeah. But there's the Packers obviously have. The Lions.
Never.
I mean Stafford, but
he's a franchise quarterback.
But not a winner though.
He's a guy that's been there for.
Yeah. Falcons have, Saints have, Panthers, Newton, but it was short-lived. I guess most teams have, but
Bucks haven't.
Bucks haven't. No, Bucks definitely haven't. NFC West, Seahawks obviously, 49ers obviously, Rams.
Yeah,
they have Warner.
And not that it was great, but he.
Yeah. Good. And then who's the other? Who do we leave off in the West?
Arizona. They've never had one.
Arizona. So that's like 3 or 4 teams there. AFC, not since Namath, but we'll say the Jets. The Bills obviously have. The Dolphins have. The Patriots have. The AFC North. The Browns.
Bernie Kosar maybe.
Maybe.
Bernie Kosar is pretty good.
It's okay. It's pretty good.
Steelers obviously have.
Steelers have. Ravens have Flacco. And then who's who are we leaving off? Oh, the Bengals. Boomer Esiason.
Yeah.
AFC South, McNair for the Titans. Colts obviously have.
Yeah, twice.
Jaguars, no.
Houston does.
Houston does for now. And then in the West, the Chargers have Rivers. I guess most have, but I think.
But they have more than one. A lot of teams haven't had more than one.
We definitely have had more than one with Sims, but I think a lot of people just assume you snap your finger and Daniel Jones will he'll just step right in. He'll step right in. He'll be the guy for the next 15 years. No, it doesn't work that way.
Nitro, I hope so, buddy. He says Yankees are finally going to win the championship this year. Finally, we have a great rotation. They just got to stay healthy, Nitro, because we're all coming off injuries. But I like our chances, Nitro, and it's been long overdue. The one thing Nitro and I get is as far apart as we are on football teams, baseball right there together. So that's always a good thing. Derek, thank you for the super chat, brother. Really, what up, guys? Hope you guys are good. Draft anticipation is anxiety-inducing. Jones absolutely needs at least one more needs at least one better receiver. He really does. Oh, God, yeah. He definitely does. And the draft is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Always is.
Going to be a lot of fun. And I said this last year, too. I'll say it again. And Chris and I spent about 20 hours over the weekend together. My wife will be thanking him thanks for taking him off my hands. Andrew Thomas, Brilly, if you're GM and Waddle, Farley, and Trey Lance are available, but Pats are offering you their first and second round this year, would you do it, Chris and Baddog? Yes. If they're moving from 15 to 11?
I might very well get Waddle at 15 anyway.
Right. Yep.
You look at the teams. 49ers ain't taking a wide receiver. They got 2 really good young ones. Yep. The Chargers ain't taking a wide receiver. They need offensive line help there badly for Justin Herbert. And who's
Keenan Allen anyway?
And Mike Williams. And who's picking 14? Oh, the Vikings. They got good wide receivers. So if they
got rid of Diggs and Thielen's not happy. So
Thielen's not happy. Justin Jefferson was great though.
Justin Jefferson was great.
Yeah, but I would, yes, absolutely. I would trade down to 15. Absolutely for a first and a second.
I would.
Absolutely.
I would too. Tutto, grazie, paisano. Brilli, sir. He says, what did the football coach say to the broken vending machine? Give me my quarterback. Exactly. I want Tutto, if only vending machines only cost a quarter. I go to the break room at work, get a soda, $1.50 for a freaking
for a can,
20-ounce soda.
Oh, 20 ounce, still ridiculous. Ridiculous.
That's why I drink my diet. I get these for $1.50 at the supermarket.
That's like 3 20-ounce.
2 liters, yeah. It is. It's 3 20 ounces. More than that. It's like 3.5, 67.6. One of these a night during the Laker game. That's why I don't sleep well. Not because of caffeine, because I'm up every hour and a half taking a piss. I go through one of those every damn Laker game.
Somebody said, I lost it. It was something I was like, oh, I'll respond to that, but I lost it. Have a good night, Roldy.
Yes, have a great night, buddy. Thanks as always, my man.
What's going on there, yo, Elvis, man? Thanks for popping in the stream, man.
Soda, right. I went a little New York accent. I added the R. Someone says, why do I stream the Lakers? Go back to the video when I talk about the Lakers trading for Robin Lopez. Go to that. The first 3 minutes tells you why I stream the Lakers. Go watch that video. One beer first. I wish, Charles. I can't drink beer at work. Some days I want to. Trust me. Some days I want to. What's going on, Crazed?
See,
another 10 minutes or so, guys, then we'll call tonight. Cheetah's thoughts on Julius Randle. He's been a beast. Glad he made the All-Star team. Well-deserved. 23, 11, and 6. He's been unbelievable this year. When the Knicks made that signing, I really liked it. I thought that they got a pretty good deal on Julius Randle. He was good with the Lakers, and I felt like he's good now. He struggled last year, but he's got a good coach now.
It was only a 3-year commitment. $19 million a year. I was completely fine with it. They could have got out after 2 when they signed him. And obviously he's proven to be worth more than the contract, because if he was a free agent right now, he'd probably get a max deal. I mean, the way he's playing. So Julius Randle's been great for the Knicks. He's been a godsend. Every time the Knicks need a bucket, he's there. So I'm thrilled that he made the All-Star game. And I think,
boards.
Yeah, if you would have told me before the year started Randle's going to be a part of the future of the team, I would have laughed at you. I would have said we're trading him, by the trade deadline. We're going to get draft capital. But the way he's matured and grown, and I think Thibodeau deserves a lot of credit for it. Thibodeau gets the most out of his players, and I think he's going to be back. I think he's going to be here long term. I think he's a part of the solution. So I'm thrilled with Julius Randle.
Evan, Trinos was good with Cole in Houston. Gary Sanchez sucks, and Cole don't want to pitch to Gary Sanchez. Don't want to. I don't blame him. Gary Sanchez can't catch. How many pass balls and wild pitches that guy have? Most of the he sucks. He don't do anything well. It's kind of like Wesley Matthews for the Lakers. You don't do anything well, it's Gary Sanchez for the end.
Why? I didn't see. Why was Sanchez trending on Twitter like a week ago? I didn't click it. I saw he was trending. I'm like, why is this guy trending?
Because he hit a home run, maybe.
Oh, is that what it was? He hit a home run, so he's trending?
I have no idea. It probably was amazing he made contact with it. Hot Nick says 276 likes. Smash it. Yeah, let's get 300 likes up in here, man. Let's go. Exhorter, you are the man. Really, thanks so much for the super chat, brother. Really appreciate this. Baddog is definitely in finance. I never heard a guy grumble so much about overpricing. Gotta love it, though. I say it all the time, Exhorter. I'm frugal. I think I mentioned this. I might have mentioned this before, but I went through a lot. Number one, I grew up poor. That was part of it. My parents separated when I was young, and we grew up poor, so that was part of it. And you don't realize that when you're a kid until you're out on your own, and you see different things. And I try not to be like that with my kid, but I think I mentioned this before. That's a long story, so I'm not going to tell the whole story. When I was between the ages of 19 and 22, I made a lot. I was making 6 figures a year between the ages of 19 and 22. Okay, 18 and 22. 1994 to 1998, I was making over $100,000 a year in my job. Well, I lost my job. I had 2 days' notice. Job got sold out from underneath us. That was it. I was without a job. And when you go from living a lifestyle a certain way, when you're making that kind of money, and you're 21 and you think you're invincible and you just nothing will ever happen to you, and you live dangerously and you party, a lot of stuff had to change when you go from making $110,000 a year to $32,000. A lot of things had to change. So I think that is kind of the reason I'm the way I am, Exhorter, because now I'm a little bit more cautious, especially having a child. So I think that's a big reason why I am the way I am, because I realize that, hey, if I would have just done things differently, I would have been in a much better situation. But I kind of screwed things up, and I had to learn. And like I said, I got humbled. So I think that's kind of the way I am. I'm not cheap or anything. I mean, I just donated $1,000 to charity. I've done that a few times. I'll definitely buy people beers. I go to other people's channels. I super chat. I got no problem with that. But like, if I don't need something like this TV that I keep talking about, my wife's like, get a bigger TV. Get the damn TV. You need the TV. But I have such a hard time because of what I have down here works. So I have an iPhone 7 because it works. I don't need an iPhone 15, where the hell it is. It's just, I don't know. It's in my head. Asia, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Asia says, what up, Baddog? You loon, and stand up, my sexy Tainah. Baddog, maybe when you go to Citi Field, bring Chris with you so I can see you both and I can get a picture of both of you. And then you get free food. Go Yankees. I'm all about that, Asia.
Absolutely.
I will trade that any day of the week. A picture for food? Hell yes.
Absolutely.
My lady, without a doubt.
Absolutely, Asia. Hope
Yeah.
she's doing better, by the way. I know
She is.
Kat. Yeah.
She's doing better. She tells me a lot of times she's getting better day by day, and that's what happens. You know?
Yeah.
Bueno says, Chris, are you in the market for a girlfriend?
I'm always in the market for a girlfriend. I'm not. I haven't been actively looking with all the nonsense going on right now, but once things get back to normal, I'll hit the market.
Let me get this for Christian B. He says I can't find the video with Robin Lopez. I probably didn't title it Robin Lopez. So let me look at this real quick. Where is this? I think it was after that. It's after that. Lakers this. Anthony Davis. Where's the trade stuff? It's not there. No, it's definitely not there. Where is it? Where's this thing? Where is there? It is. It is. This is the name of the video. Los Angeles Lakers possible trade scenario. Look that up. Los Angeles Lakers possible trade scenario that could be made to help the bench. Look that up.
Oh, that's the video that you're telling the guy to go
tell
to.
you the first 3 minutes of that will tell you why you're streaming the Lakers over the Knicks.
There you go.
Benjamin says, Mrs. Stephanie Smalls Guzzo, make it happen. By the way, speaking of Guzzo, I'm just thinking of your dad. Your dad will love when he watches back that I didn't shave.
He always comments on that.
Your dad likes that. Well, your dad has. You're Italian. Your dad's Italian.
My dad, he gets it quick.
I know. That's why I think he likes it because he's like, he's like, man, I need to shave too. I understand. It's Italian problems we have here. Cassie says, Chris, I can't believe you're not dating. You're so handsome. Look at this.
I appreciate that, Cassie. Thank you very much. I hope you're a woman. I think that's a female. And yeah, you're a female. So that's
She's a female. She said somebody told her she looked like Olivia Newton-John. I saw it earlier up there.
Oh, okay. It's hard with the small picture. It's hard with the small picture.
The morning show with Lou and BVD. Well, they're not together anymore. It's just Uncle Lou now. They kind of whatever happened, I don't know, but they don't do their show together. So it was going to be Tinder BVD. They were going to do that. I think that we should have a portion of Talkin' Giants that's dedicated to Tainah Tinder. The Enter Tinder. And for 10 minutes, we just go on Tinder and we go
on Tinder. We swipe right and we
do whatever you got to do, however that works. You swipe it this way, you swipe that way. You know, you put your right foot in, you take your right foot out, you put your left foot in, take your left foot out. Do the hokey pokey, shake it all out. Boom! It's touchdown. That's how it goes.
Oh God!
I don't know.
What's going on there, Nikki? Thanks for popping in the stream.
Well, a lot of questions about Chris's life. Chris, you are Italian. How don't you have a girlfriend? That's someone that understands.
Is that like a rule when you're Italian? Just automatically have to have a.
Chris, I mean, they throw themselves at us. How do you need to work? My wife threw it. I walked through the door the first time. My wife just threw herself at me, and that was. Yeah, there's something about Italian guys. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It is, just reputation, I guess.
Hey.
Charles says I look like Rocky. See, I mean, this is. Hey, you don't talk dirty about your sister, Paulie, huh? You don't talk dirty about
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey,
why you all worried about Dana? You don't worried about Dana and the Tinder, Paulie.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, once in a while. It's just like, I'm Batman. We're getting loopy now. We're going to close this down. I know where the hell this show went right now. Oh, man.
What's up there, Socks? He says, Chris, I think I'm going to have like 4 girlfriends at this point. And from, knowing that it's the internet, probably 3 of them are guys, but,
Well, I don't know.
You never know. I don't care what the pictures. You never know. You never know what's behind that keyboard. It could be an alien.
I told when I met my wife that the internet was still pretty new, so I never really had to deal with that. The chat rooms are just starting to be chat rooms. You didn't even really have a way to talk. You had to get a microphone. I remember that. That happened like in 2000. So that was right around the time I met my wife when you could get like a boom mic and you could plug it into your computer. You could actually talk on the chat room. But that was it. Yahoo chat rooms. That was it.
I remember the AOL chat rooms. You remember that?
That's when they were prehistoric. But
yeah.
When AOL was around, I was out in bars a lot. But like I said, when I lost my job and I wasn't making a lot of money, I had to be home because I couldn't go out and party every night of my life. piss all my money away, literally piss it away because I drank so much. But yeah, I mean, that's what I did. That was usually what happened. Or I would go to Rock and Bowl and it was $3 or $5 a bowl for 3 hours. And that's eventually that is exactly how I met my wife. So that's everything happens for a reason.
It's a good story. If I get married, I'm probably gonna meet him online because that's how everybody meets nowadays.
Bowling alleys are a great place. I'm telling you.
And you know what? I'm just gonna walk to the nearest bowling alley once we're allowed back to bowling alleys. Maybe we are now. I don't know.
Look,
and maybe that's where I'll find Mrs. Tainah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to a bowling alley in a couple of months, and I'm gonna live stream me trying to pick up women in the bowling alley.
That'd be awesome. That would get a ton of views.
A 3 hour live stream. I'm gonna just hold the camera phone next to me the whole time, and I'm gonna approach every woman at the bar.
That would be legendary.
It's gonna be like the hunt for Mrs. Tainah.
That would be legendary. That's like a reality show.
Yeah.
You have a reality show.
I could be the Bachelor, the YouTube Bachelor.
Yes. I like it. I was just going to say, you go in the bowling alley, you just walk in the door. If she's not there, walk out. Because that was really how I met my wife. I walked in, I saw her. I was like, wow, that's going to be my wife. And sure enough, 21 years later. Crazy. It's insane. Asia, my lady, Brilly, thank you for the super chat. She says, until Chris finds someone, just do what I do. Ladies, that make Chris your YouTube girlfriend and give him or YouTube boyfriend. Make Chris I think she meant YouTube.
Yeah, I'm a boy. I'm a boy.
Give him a kissing emoji every time. There you go. People actually love this, man. They would love that. They would love this. Derek, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. He says, Soder dog, sexy Tate. Yeah, Soder. Dean Martin said Soder on one of his things, and Don Rickles said Soder on one of his things, and I was watching that, the Dean Martin roast, and that must be where I got it from. Then Dean Martin says it's soda, not Soder, and Don Rickles says, look who's giving me diction lessons, because Dean Martin could never go.
So, somebody in the chat said, AO7 says, Tainah approaches the girl, and he says, bends the knees, book it. If I said that, if I live stream and said that on live stream to a girl, I get slapped right in the face. That would not work. My dribbling and bibbling probably wouldn't work either. I don't think my basketball lines would work.
If you got smacked in the face, you'd be dribbling and bibbling out of your mouth. Well, listen, guys, we're going to get out of here because this is just getting insane. But again, I just want to thank all you guys and girls for being here tonight. As always, we had over 400 people in here with nothing to talk about. But going forward, when we do this again next week, we'll have all the people that are tagged. We'll know who's not tagged. We'll know who's available in free agency. We'll be able to talk about a lot more football stuff. And, maybe we'll spend a lot. Everybody always likes the nonsense streams. Maybe the last 15 minutes of these streams, you can always get into some nonsense like this just to end it out on a funny note or whatever. And then, obviously, the week after, we'll know all the free agents that we signed, and we'll get ready for the draft. We'll probably start doing more mock drafts on the channel. Chris and I have talked about maybe doing like a mock draft, with you guys in one of these shows. So, obviously in the next couple of weeks and then going forward, it'll be a lot more stuff to actually talk about, things that have actually happened as opposed to speculation on what we could and can't do. So,
yeah, right now it's kind of just circling the wagon and just talking about what we've been thinking about for a month and a half. And for me, it's kind of hard for the offseason to officially kick off in terms of me really getting into the draft, especially this offseason, because we didn't have the combine. Normally you would have had that. That would have got it flowing a little bit. Maybe hear some rumors about players that we interview, things like that. But it's really hard for me to get the offseason juices flowing until such time after I know what our real needs are going into the draft. I don't know what our roster is going to look like after free agency. Right. So I'm really looking forward to free agency because then that's really going to give us an idea of where we're headed in terms of the draft and what our biggest needs are. So I can't wait. Next week, we're going to have a lot more to talk about because by then, that's after the franchise tag deadline. And that's when you're really going to hear rumors about free agency. And we'll be able to dive into it and really start to speculate as to who we think we're going to probably be ending up with.
Especially if like a Galladay isn't tagged.
Then it becomes exciting. Then it becomes exciting.
Yeah. LA Lou, thank you for the super chat. Really says, good idea, but use pickup lines that the chat provides you. That would make for a good video. That would make for Chris getting arrested.
Could you imagine if the rule was I had to say to the girls whatever they said in the chat? Benjamin Wynn would have a field. Benjamin Wynn would donate $1 billion in that stream, telling me to say all the ridiculous stuff that he says. To
yeah, and you would need $1 billion to get bailed out of jail. I know. Simon, thank you for the super chat. Really, he says, Chris, just go up and ask if she'll ring your bell.
I think that'll work, Simon. I think that'll work, Simon. I think that'll work.
Andrew Thomas, Brilly says, if you're doing a fantasy draft and you're drafting a halfback, are you drafting Derrick Henry or Brandon Jacobs? Well, I'm drafting Derrick Henry.
Oh, yeah, I love Brandon Jacobs, one of my 5 or 6 favorite Giants of all time, but Derrick Henry, I mean, all day, every day. Derrick Henry's he's the best running back in football right now.
Yeah, he's amazing. And
he rushed for 2,000 yards.
Yeah, Brandon Jacobs was never even close to the best running back in football.
Yeah.
I love him, like Chris said. I love Jacobs too, but no. Pistol Pete, thank you for the super chat. Brother says, do it, Tate. It would be fun. Chris, I got to be honest. That'd be pretty awesome.
That would be awesome.
It would be awesome.
I don't think I'm going to do it, but that would be awesome, and it would be fun.
Yeah, just go to bowling alley and just, I don't know. I would do it if I wasn't married. I totally would take a slap in the mouth for the chat. I definitely would take a slap in the mouth for the chat.
Maybe in a couple of months. Maybe Tate will get.
Wouldn't be the first time I got whacked in the face. Something stupid I said. That's for sure. Lucas, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. He says, definitely don't ask to give you a little thumbs up.
At the end of the kiss. I'm so used to saying it on YouTube. After the first kiss, if you liked what you kissed, maybe give me a little thumbs up. Something like that. It's so drilled in my mind because I say it every day.
Right.
Man, that's probably what I'm going to say when I kiss my next date for the first time.
Why not? Charles, pool holes were good too. Yeah, I picked up a lot of girls in pool holes in the late 90s. That was a place to hang out too. Definitely, pool holes were good. Wasn't any good at pool, but it was good at taking them out of there for some reason. That's because I think all the girls in the pool hole are desperate. I think this was a good place to go. Baddog, just buy him a couple beers and I get. Oh, listen, I would love to be with him when he did it. I could film it.
Yeah,
I was down there with him. I just point the camera at him like, Chris, go.
You know what? When we go to the Giants game, maybe we'll do it. We'll film it for the YouTube channel. We'll do the Tainah Bachelor. We'll get there 4 hours before the game. We'll go around to all the hot Giant fans, and I'll get slapped in the face saying all my my rhymes from my basketball streams.
Chris, maybe I'll watch a game. His eyes will be swollen shut.
Working and twerking the whole time.
There you go, working and twerking.
Backing and whacking.
Yeah, say that to him. That's good.
Yeah.
Man. You go to the bowling alley to bowl? Yeah, of course you do. But there's nothing wrong with taking a little tail out of the bowling alley. And I met my wife at a bowling alley. I didn't go there to meet her, but I met her there. Anyway, guys, let's get out of here. It's 12:23 again. You guys, girls are amazing, and really appreciate it, man. You guys make us laugh too. You guys are fantastic. The best freaking supporters and subscribers on YouTube. There is not a doubt in my mind. It's not even close because we say it all the time. Nothing to talk about. 400 people in here. Love you guys, girls. I never say it enough. You're the best. You're the whole reason I don't sleep. I don't want to sleep. I want to hang out with you guys, girls. I love it. I love doing this show. It's my favorite thing on YouTube. I love that it's come this far, Chris, and I love that it's only going to get better because the Giants are going to get better. And I'm looking forward to all this stuff, the free agency. Can't wait for the draft. It's going to be so much. And the draft is going to get here fast for me because I'm off from April 2nd through April 18th. So pretty much the whole month of April is going to be fly by.
It's going to fly for me too because normally the Knicks suck.
Yeah.
And normally I don't give a crap about anything but the draft and free agency. And now, I'm pumped up for basketball. So my mind's on the Knicks as much as it is the draft. So it's gonna be here before you know it. Normally by this time the Knicks are like 0-90. And I'm just like, all right. Yeah. But this year I actually
20 last year.
Yeah, they were horrible last year. I streamed like 9 out of the first 20 games, and then they were like 4-20. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. So I'm looking forward to that. And I think that, like you said, I think the draft's going to sneak up on me this year because the Knicks are actually competitive. So.
Man, Dire Giants fan says I'm 5 from my girl doing cowgirl. Peace, Dire Giants fan. You the man. Go take care of business, buddy. Take care of it. The Knicks were 4-20 at list time last year, man. So 4-20 crew, you know what to do. Smoke them because you got them. Thank God there's no 4-20 this year for the Knicks. Cassie says you guys are awesome. Good night, Chris.
Yeah. Good night, Cassie. Good night, everybody.
Yes,
Thank you to everybody for tuning into the stream. I appreciate all you guys' support. We'll be on my channel next week. We'll be back on Bad Dogs the week after, and we'll have a lot more to talk about as we get closer to the draft. Love all you guys. Thank you guys for all the support, and of course, Bad Dog. Thanks for having me on.
As always, man, like I said, it's my favorite thing I do. If you guys haven't subscribed to the Untitled Talkin Sports, again, links in the description. Will be on this channel sometime next week, whether it's Saturday night, Thursday night, somewhere in there. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. I just looked at the Knicks schedule. Saturday they play, but it's at 2, so we could do Saturday night.
We should be able to do Saturday. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks so much for watching the Untitled Talkin Sports. It's Bad Diggity Dizzle. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. We gone. Peace.